Um, awesome. So it's going to be all the general differences tonight about Season 1 versus Season 2, and we have a special guest that's going to speak to us tonight, which is very exciting for me. A really good friend of mine, CorCat, um, R5 at RoG in State 343. Awesome dude, awesome Australian man, and he's got lots of insights, and he's been doing a lot of research to prep his team, and so we're going to learn from him a little bit for 5 to 10 minutes tonight on that topic. So, just remind everyone that if you are here on Discord, that's my favorite part about this, that you'll be able to see everything starting now. So let's go through everyone that's here and just make sure everyone can see everything and hear everything. I'm screen sharing on Discord, which is going to be the easiest if you're here on voice. So Blood, hello.
Yes, sir.
What's going on, boss?
Oh, just trying to learn a little bit.
Sweet, sweet, sweet. All good on your end? You can see all the jazz and hear everything?
Yep, yes, sir.
Sweet. Thanks so much for being here, brother. ECMF, hello, hello.
Hi.
Hey, all good?
Yep.
Sweet. You're awesome. Thanks for being here. Edwin, how are you doing, my friend? Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you.
Fine, wow. I tell you.
Awesome. Hey, buddy. Great to have you here. And looking forward to think of some good questions for when we get to that part of the session.
And happy belated birthday, Edwin. I hope you had a great
yes.
birthday.
Edwin
Thank
turned
you very much, guys.
Edwin turned
Thank you very much.
86 the other week, so
86 years old.
he's an old man.
Okay. Thank you.
Yep. Thanks for being here, brother. Kai, how you doing, my friend?
Well, I'm great. How about you, man?
So good.
Chilling out, ready to learn.
Thanks so much. Are you modding for us tonight, or is someone else up for that?
Miss Mar is gonna hang out over on YT, and Al's gonna snoop in here and mod for us tonight.
Excellent.
I'll
Thanks
be
so
here.
much. Thanks for being here. Oh, CorCat, the guest of honor. Is that you?
How's it going, mate?
What's going on, brother?
Oh, not much. Just getting some stuff done.
Where's your all your alliance there, bro? What the heck?
Oh, I was just messaging them. I just came back because I knew I was going to be next off the rank, so I'm trying to get a couple to come over now.
Yeah, we had a couple stop in on Monday. A dude from Alberta, actually, from my home province here in Canada, stopped in from your team. Get that guy over here.
Yeah.
I can't remember his name, but dude, he's like my neighbor. He lives like an hour and a half away from me.
Yeah, there's a couple we have from Canada. I know Mouse from Canada, and I think JW King Gems. They're all from Canada as well.
Yeah, get some Canadian blood up in here.
Sounds good.
Yeah, thanks for being here, brother. We'll have you go do your stuff in a few minutes here. Thanks so much, brother.
Too easy. All good.
Green Sorcerer, the man, the myth, the beautiful legend. What up?
Yo.
How you doing, man?
Heyo.
Coming to chill.
I've just ever since I actually saw your real picture, my man, I've just ignored that as fact and just imagined you as this Viking. This picture.
Same.
That's literally all I think of. Like the other one was just like, that's like him on a bad day, but this is your normal day.
Yeah. Badass.
Thanks for being here, brother. All good on your end?
Yeah, mate, all good, just chilling.
Sweet. Awesome. Oh, Mr. Gunner, what up? And he's gone. Alright, scared him away. Okay. Oh, there
He's back.
He's back. He's back. What up, Gunner? Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can. I lost all volume and ability to
geez.
speak. I was dealing with technical issues.
Oh, no worries. Great to have you. How you doing today, my man?
I am doing pretty good.
Fantastic. Ready to chat about some RoC or what?
Yeah, I was hoping to.
Awesome. Great to have you. All good on your end? You can see everything, hear everything good now?
Yep, all issues have been resolved.
Sweet. Thanks so much, brother. Get some more RAG guys. We love you guys. Get them in here. You're good enough too. As long as we got you, I'm
That's
happy,
right.
Gunner.
He's more than just good enough. He's the best.
Thank you.
True, so
But-
true.
Slightly better.
Yeah, slightly better. Awesome, great to have you, man. Metal, is that you?
What's up, Will? How's
Hey,
things going?
so good, man. Walked my kiddos or my dogs, whatever version of that you want, and now I'm ready to to hit some.
Oh, dog.
Yeah. Well, most days they basically behave like dogs. The one thing I hate about dogs, side story real quick. One thing I hate about dogs is the fact that you have to clean up their shit for their whole life. I'm not convinced that these kids are ever going to grow out of that stage, honestly.
Oh, man. I went through something like that yesterday with my dog. Like, I was yelling at my wife, and I'm like, are we going to take care of it until she's 40, 45?
Exactly. It feels like that most days, doesn't it, brother?
Oh, man, yeah.
Yeah, no, but great to
She's
have you
only
here.
8, and I'm talking like this right now.
That's so funny. Great to have you here. All
It's
good
the
on
same
your
thing
end?
all over the world, man.
True,
Yeah, everything's
true.
good.
Yeah, that's one thing that this game has taught me. Literally, everyone's the same everywhere, and we all go through the same things
Yeah,
in
it
our
is.
own way. No matter if we're in Australia, what do we got tonight? Australia, Kuwait, Canada, U.S. What other countries did I miss? I think that might be all of them. Yeah. But yeah, thanks for being here, Metal. Good to go. Noli, is that you, Noli? Let me see if I can get right to the text channel. Which one am I supposed to be in? That one. Nah, hi, Noli. Great to have you. All good on your end, my friend? Awesome, awesome. We're expecting all of your insights for Season 2, you genius. You little genius. Awesome. We have a couple people that snuck in. We got Sir Yeti. What up, Sir Yeti? Can you hear me, Yeti?
He's typing away.
I got you here.
Oh, there you are.
Oh,
Well, how you
Yeah.
doing, boss?
I was dealing with state problems and alliance chaos, the daily norm.
Yeah, just the normal stuff, and saving the world one army mission at a time, right?
Oh yeah.
Great to have you here, brother. All good on your end? You can hear and see the screen share?
Oh yeah, everything looks good from here.
Thank you, brother. Oh, and then we have Mal. Mal popped in. What up, brother?
What's up?
Hey, buddy, I heard you're Canadian. Is this true?
No, I'm not Canadian.
Oh, shit. I was about to actually like you for real, but then you just destroyed my hopes and dreams.
Nah, I'm in the U.S. I'm in Connecticut, and my 4-year-old son, whenever he gets my phone, he likes to change the country flag for some reason.
Nice.
So
He's
every
just-
other day, I'm some other country.
Dude, he just wants to travel the world.
Yeah, he likes to make friends.
That's right. That's awesome. Well, thanks for being here, brother. Good to have you.
Thank you.
All right. Well, I think that's everyone. We'll probably have a few more pop in and out, but let's get after it. So, normal format as always, we'll have a little information sesh for 15, 20, 30 minutes. And then after that, we'll jump into QA on the topic. And the topic tonight, if you missed it, is general differences between Season 1 RoC and Season 2 RoC. We have a special guest that's going to talk to us right away here. He's going to actually kick it off if he's ready, of course. He'll kick it off with 5-10 minutes of what he's kind of found in his research and what to expect for the next season here. But that's where we're at, and then we'll have questions on that, and then we'll have a little short break, 5-10 minute break, and then we'll go into any general questions about the game in general. Anything goes for that last hour or so. So thank you all for being here again. Once again, just want to remind you we are recording on YouTube too, and if you don't feel comfortable with that, just message me on Discord and we'll sort that out. But thanks so much. All right, CorCat, you ready, brother?
Let's do it.
Okay, so we had a situation come up last Q&A that was pretty sweet. Do you want to share your screen Do you want to do that, or you don't feel comfortable doing that?
Yeah, I can do that.
Okay.
Give me 1 sec. Let me just jump into my game.
See if we can't get you to figure that out, and then what I'll do is, well, you guys here on Discord will be able to see it, then I will somehow capture it with my streaming software to put it up on YouTube here as soon as I can see that he's live. But what you'll do is you'll just, same way you connected to my live, I'll stop screen sharing, and then it will only be CorCat. And so then we can kind of watch, which will be fun. It's exciting for me to see someone else's kind of point of view and where we're coming from, and then it will also help with anything he's explaining, I believe. So, any luck there, brother?
Yep. Let me just...
Who is excited for Season 2 of RoC, though?
If excited is synonymous with nervous, then yes.
Can't wait, bud.
That's exactly it. All right.
Can you see my screen now?
Looks like he's
Walt?
live. Let me go to watch stream and see what I see. Oh, it's a picture of your ass. Whoa. Just kidding. No. That is
Damn
your
it.
screen.
Ooh, and we can hear the music. We can hear the music.
Whoa, this is cool.
New.
Oh, so we're on CorCat's screen now?
Yeah, so he's our guest speaker tonight, Gunner, so we'll just watch him for 5-10 minutes while he's explaining some stuff of what he's found as the differences, and then then we'll kind of hop back to the regular. But yeah, this is what we'll get to see. We'll get to see inside, for anyone that's not C25, we get to see inside a C25, so that's kind of exciting. Which I don't believe anyone else here is
setting the
C25.
benchmark.
No, I've
Yeah.
never seen.
Oh, actually, this
You
is
could have
my,
made that the headline for tonight.
Oh yeah, inside C25.
This is
Hi.
this is not my main. I got to jump back into my main. Sorry, guys.
Oh, no worries, no worries. Okay, so let me see if I can't capture this onto YouTube here. I'll wait till he changes accounts. Look at all those farms. Delicious.
Very delicious.
Okay. Do you want to just mute
Alright.
your volume in the game there?
Sure.
Thank you.
How's that?
Much better here.
Lovely.
Give me 2 seconds. You can go ahead and start. I'm just going to try and screen capture Discord here so that I can get this on the stream also. If I can figure that aspect out somehow. So go ahead, Cor. You're up, brother.
Too easy. Too easy. All right. So yeah, I was just going to go through just a couple of things with RoC. Sort of just the differences, what we learnt from Season 1, what we're going to be doing to prepare for Season 2, and also...
Sorry, CorCat, my friend, we did lose you on Discord, unfortunately.
Yeah, you might just have to link back up. Are you on a phone or a tablet?
No, yeah, I'm on my phone. Won't be 1 sec there.
Yeah, no worries. Just with the phone, it's pretty finicky, so you can't change apps at all.
Yeah, I think it just my screen locked and
Yep.
kicked me out.
Yeah, definitely.
Awesome, looks good.
All right. So yeah, it's pretty much what we learnt from Season 1 and a few of those things. So I'll just quickly jump over to my notes where I had a couple of points jotted down to go through tonight. So
Wicked.
let me just let's see if I can move over. Here we go. Can everyone see that?
Oh, look at this,
Yes.
guys.
Thank
Yep.
you. Oh, this is golden.
This is exciting.
So yeah, I just jotted this down last night and this morning when I got up. So pretty much what we learnt from Season 1, obviously with the heroes with 2 legions in it. So, you know, developed heroes and footmen can obviously potentially get to that 500 demo, and the cavalry marching if you need to take tiles quickly, especially in a war situation. So yeah, my tip for that sort of was, if you don't have courage medals to smash a Zone Commemoration, you know, work on your legion research a bit, so your class or your first legion, and then as you get a bit more advanced, 2 and 3 with that as well. Usually 2 and 3 is a little bit more expensive. So So also Black Dragon shout. So I know probably a lot of us didn't prepare for that for season 1 as much as what we would have liked to have. So that's one of the call outs I've been saying to our ROG guys is, get the dragon shouts and the bolts and all that sort of stuff, and just keep pumping crystal 24/7, obviously, if you can afford to with the gold situation. So what we learned from season 1, state cooperation, super important. I think we did a really good job in 343 with that, but still plenty of room and opportunities to grow. And then just keeping track of what time people fight in your declaration group, whether they fight at reset or +8. Having active members online will help you win wars. So emphasis there on help. So it's not a guarantee, but as I say there, if you have 40 members online and your opponent has 20, if you're well organised, you will likely win, simply because you're going to have double their stamina.
Sorry to interrupt. It's just that on YouTube I can see that the picture is not very clear. It's a bit fuzzy. That's for World. Maybe he can fix that.
Yeah, no worries. Just try and change your auto, because YouTube does this thing where it auto. So because the image changes rapidly, it'll auto set it to 120p. Go into just click the 3 dots on YouTube and change it to 720p on your phone and see if that helps. If it doesn't fix it, then let me know.
It's on a laptop, so yeah, we'll try it.
Yeah, find like the different the
On
ones.
a laptop, it's a
Perfect. Thanks.
Yeah, excellent. Thanks, Mar, for that. Appreciate that.
Sorry for that.
No worries.
Oh, good. All right. So then just the other last point in what we learnt from season 1 part was having a plan and making sure your team know what that plan is. So I think one thing that we did, and Mal helped a lot with this in ROG, is setting polls where 36, 48 hours out from a war, we could set up that poll in Discord and people could respond to that poll to say whether they would, yes, be in attendance, no, they can't make it, or tentatively they're not sure if they can or they cannot. So that just helped with the planning as to who we would be selecting and that sort of stuff.
That's
obviously, if in their wars, you could go back in their war info and see they had an average of 30 people, but we only had 20 people respond to that, we could sort of tailor a plan around that and be like, okay, if we are going to go after these people, what do we need to do? So that was pretty much just a little recap from season 1 of what we learnt. There may be some few more people can add to later. So planning for season 2, I think this is the biggest one that we're pushing right now, is obviously Black Dragon shouts, get as many as you can, full bolts. If you can, maxing or upgrading, your dragon temple. So another tip there, great to do on building day, outside of strategy buildings, it gives you a lot of building power increase. So a lot easier to get your Clash of Province chests on, say, building day with one of those upgrades. I think my next one is about 4,000 or 5,000 power increase. So straight up there, you get quite a bit. Another one that's probably just as important, and I've been talking to the ROG guys, as Malcolm attest, is the bunch of rocks. So in the Alliance store that you can buy. So this is why donating to Alliance Tech is so important, so you can get those points and those scores and start gathering that bunch of rocks or the stone you need to place your Alliance Center 1, 2, 3, and potentially 4. So what I've asked for the road guys is for everyone to donate daily and try and get 20,000 plus stone in their bag for the start of season 2. That way, with the stone we already have, which I think is about 800,000 in our building section, and everyone having 20,000 stone, we can potentially put all our Alliance Centers down on the same day. So that's a big one. Obviously, you don't want to be waiting for 3 days for people to try and catch up and get enough stone to donate for that sort of stuff. So if you can be on the front foot there, then it'll be good. So work with alliances in your state. So especially the allies that you have in your state, all alliances sometimes don't get on in your state. So just the ones that you get on really well with, start discussing cooperation. So ideally you would be aligned with someone that has an opposite wartime to what you have. So in 343 we had that with TB1 last season. So TB1 were +8 and RoC were War at Reset, and we were like that for the majority of the season. So our TB1 members who have since joined RoC could help us, in defending our Alliance Center 1 or 2 with blocking at reset, and then we would repay that favour at +8. So just that sort of cooperation, even if it's just with one ally, it's helpful, but the more people and the more alliances in the state that you get to help with that, as TTT found out with GD9, they had like 4 or 5 alliances trying to stop them, and they still crushed it. So hats off to them. So yeah, discuss amongst the state leaders RoC setup. So, whether you're going to do a mega-hive in one corner or everyone will separate into other corners. For what I've seen, mega-hives are really good, but only if you can get that coordination and that communication with all the other state leaders and sort of compromise us, because everyone's going to want the best spot and the less work to do. So obviously that's conversations you have to have with them. And then just for in alliance, alliance that are set up plans. So for 1, 2, 3, and 4, where they're going to be put. I know there were some people in our state last season that put Alliance Center 3 at the bottom of Zone 3. So it was a lot closer than what it could be if it was at the top of Zone 3 rather than the bottom. Just stuff like that, that obviously if you have that plan and everyone knows where stuff's going to go, it's not going to be, a waste of stone trying to recall the building and put it down again in the right spot. And then just from a member perspective, what everyone can be doing to, help the Alliance, be more successful in Season 2 is, obviously hero development, research, and this is the biggest one that I push with all our guys all the time. Research the hell out of everything. You want Zone Commemoration done, you want all that sort of jazz. And then, pushing members to get T8. So if you're castle level 20, 21, I've been saying to our guys in ROG, if they need resources to help push them to C22 so they can start working towards T8s, I've got about 15 farms. So they can come hit my farm and do all that sort of stuff to get them those resources so they can try and start pushing to get to C22. And then also too, just sharing the Destroyer Shout info. Obviously, that's the new addition to Season 2. Is sharing. There's plenty of YouTube videos out there from Wee Little Me, Lord of Pontal, all those sort of people. So sharing those into Discord and getting them to watch that sort of stuff. All right, so that's pretty much what we're doing now. That's where we're at the moment for Season 2 planning. And then Season 2, obviously, same as Season 1. AC1 setup is super important. I think everyone would be in the same boat last season where buildings just went everywhere and it was just a shit show, to be frank. So obviously that's what we're trying to build on this time to make sure that isn't a repeat of Season 1. So I put C19 farms to help AC1 defense. Reason why is because they have Dragon Bolts. You don't want to put a small level 14 farm there because it's just going to get dragoned out. And I think that's where in, every state there was, potential spaces for people to dragon castles away and shove their castles in there after the ruins had disappeared because there was all these little small farms all over the shop. So if we can try and remove that and put them more towards the front of our hive setup. And then also too, stuff like AC2 and AC3. Last season in RoC, we just put the buildings around and didn't really have any organisation to how they were placed or any strategies to how they were placed. It was sort of just AC1 was too hard, just do AC2 that way. So this coming season, we're going to try and do it a little bit neater and get them like TTT had at the end of their season. I saw that AC2 had the building set up with the empty tile in the middle and the rings, that ring setup. So that slowed us down a little bit in our last war. So that was all good. And then just the last one, sorry, well, not the last one, but another important one is the unlocking of the extra buildings around AC 2, 3, and 4 with your specialization points. So not everyone's going to get all 4 buildings. I think you need about 24 or 26 specialization points to unlock all that. And also you need a specialization reset to reset your specialization after you've unlocked them, placed them, and then move to your blue left top line. Nail warm-up week. So that's a massive one. Nail warm-up week. If you can be super organized and plan super well in warm-up week, the rest of the season should be good because you could potentially get a massive head start. Cleaning teams, and this is one thing I've been pushing with our state leaders is, coordinating with the state, or to always have people cleaning purple tiles, especially after war, and holding them accountable, your allies in the state accountable for cleaning up after themselves after a war, so you don't come online and have a sea of purple everywhere. Just the last couple here. So obviously the RoC tasks, try and get those done as much as you can. They offer honor tickets and expand plans and all that sort of stuff. So, the quicker you can get to, 80, 90, 100 tiles that you can take, obviously the more beneficial it is going to be for you. Is everyone still there?
Yes, sir.
Sorry. Miss CorCat was just calling me, so I'm not sure if it cut out. So the farms and the quarries obviously are the 2 tiles in Reign of Chaos that give you the building material to upgrade your coalition base centers and your frontline workshops. So just going and targeting them at the start to get as many of those building resources as possible to upgrade those coalition base centers so you can start taking higher level tiles. I would almost say, and what I will probably do differently this season, is I wouldn't even worry about starting to take the military supplies, so all the construction blocks and all that sort of stuff. I'll be more primarily focused on the building materials, so those barrels and all that sort of stuff, to upgrade that. And then lastly, I know I've probably gone over time, sorry, Wal, it's just destroyer shouts. So I've done a lot of research on this the last couple of days, so I was talking to Lord of Pontail and Wee Little Me the other day about this sort of stuff as well. So the destroyer shout can be deployed 300 kilometers from the AC. So they can't deploy it on the other side of the state. They have to be within a certain range, but they can't deploy the shout to make that 5x5 hole within 18 kilometers of your alliance center, if that makes sense. So they can't make a hole directly at your buildings or inside your building area. So yeah, if you can't take out the Guardian, I missed a spot there. So it's a 5-minute conjuring time, so the Guardian can be attacked with legions in that time. So that's where, if you're going to be doing that and you're on the attacking team to do that Guardian destroyer shout, then you have to be reinforcing your Guardian and making sure they don't get zeroed in that time. Otherwise, the shout will be null and void. What else do we have here? So it's 100,000 stone. So to get the destroyer shout, it's 100,000 stone to buy the destroyer shout. And you can only have 3 saved. So apparently you can also start conjuring a 4th while there are still 3 in there. But you have to use one, obviously, in your war that day. Otherwise, it's just going to be lost, and it's going to be a waste of 100,000 stone. So yeah, that's pretty much where we're at, and just the war info page to gather information as to what time people fight. I learnt that from BrotherW, just taking screenshots as to who's in what bracket at reset and at +8, so you can see who's fighting when, and then you can plan accordingly. So yeah, that's my little notes that I had stuck there. Obviously, any questions anyone has for me, I'm inside my castle now. If anyone has any questions, go for it.
Excellent. Cor, thanks so much, brother. Appreciate that. Yeah, let's do questions specifically for CorCat on anything he said. So much good information. I hope you guys took screenshots, but most importantly, the video will be up right after. So definitely go back and take screenshots of all those notes, because every single one of those notes was very, very valuable. And so that was great. Thank you so much, Cor. You've done, as you can tell, he's done a lot of research, and he's a great leader, and he's willing to do whatever it takes for his team to do well in Season 2. So yeah, go ahead and go into any questions specifically for CorCat. Let's do it that way. Voice priority. Let's go. Let's hit it.
So CorCat is Yeti.
Yeah, mate.
So you said specifically the destroyer shout can be used no closer than 18 kilometers from the AC, no further than 300.
Yes. Yeah. So that's what I've been able to gather in my research. Is that's what the, it could be 350. Like they gave me, good estimates as to exactly the regions, but it definitely was within. They can't deploy it within 18 kilometers, but they said 350 kilometers from your alliance. So they can't obviously go into Zone 4 and try and deploy it from your Alliance Center 4 down to your Alliance Center 1. It has to be within a certain distance. Absolutely.
Now, is that specific to one Alliance Center, or is that any of the Alliance Centers?
I would assume that is any. So it wasn't just specific to Alliance Center 1. It was just Alliance Centers if they wanted to do that. So obviously if you have a massive protective layer around your Alliance Center 2 and they want to start tiling from the top of Zone 1 to Zone 2 and your Alliance Center 2, they could effectively still be within 300 kilometers of your Alliance Center 2 and deploy a Guardian Shout to make a hole even closer around your Alliance Center 2. So absolutely they could do that, but remembering they only have 3. So if they use up 2 for around Alliance Center 1 and they are successful or they fail, they've only got 1 left, and that's if they're buying it at all, because it still takes that 24 hours to conjure. If people forget to do it, then they might not have it. So that's probably a big thing, is making sure that people conjure that destroyer shout, so the option is there. If it's used, get it back pretty much and have it full all the time. If that's what your plan's going to be, it might be that everyone just goes, nah, you know what, we're not going to use destroyer shouts. We're going to just do it the way we did it in Season 1, and that's fine. But obviously, other alliances may have a leg up if they choose to do that.
Mm-hmm.
All right, thank you.
I'll add one piece there, Yeti. Just remember, the reason for the destroyer shout is to clear a spot for a rally. So you can only place your rallies in Zone 1. So typically, the destroyer shout will only really be used to attack AC-1s, because even if you blow a hole in some tiles by AC2, you still can't put a rally point there. You can put castles for sure there, so that could be a strategy to get some castles closer to their AC2, but you can't put a rally point there until you take AC1, right?
Exactly, yeah.
So I guess, it'll mostly be used for AC1s, but if you can come up with some other strategies. And ultimately, what I've seen and what I've heard is sometimes, they don't even get used, just simply because it costs a lot of stone. And, if you're up against someone that can stop you from conjuring it, then there's literally no point to do it, right?
Exactly. And obviously, it's a big risk for the Guardian and everybody else that's reinforcing. I think that it'll be the centerpiece of the first, week or two in Wars. Everyone will see this new little Reign of Chaos toy. They want to go play with it. But I think that everyone will start looking at it and going, yeah, you know what, this isn't really worth it. We've used the destroyer shout, but our Guardian and 3 strongest players have took massive hits and they have no strength left because they're healing so much.
So there's
so that sort of thing.
Yeah, exactly. I think that is exactly right, Cor. There's Mr. Big Timers in our state in 341 in the Hell Alliance. He also plays in state 109, but then he just migrated to 120. And when he was in Season 2, he was the Guardian, and he conjured that and all that, and it cost him 80 million iron to repair the damage that was done to him.
Yeah.
Every single war.
Yeah.
So that's obviously not sustainable for many alliances.
Yeah.
So it won't be like it's just an added thing. It's a cool change for sure, because then you can't just like do the mega-hive and think that you're good, right? You don't have to pay attention to your AC1 ever again. They put that in there, so you still have to pay attention to all 4 ACs. Once again, you gotta kind of watch all of it, because if you're only focused like on your AC4 or 3 and they're tiling towards that, or even 2, and then all of a sudden you don't notice that they're conjuring a dragon to your AC1, well, there you go, right? You're kind of going to be hooped. So
Exactly. I think we all got a bit complacent in the end of Season 1. We sort of, everyone shifted their focus towards, AC 2, 3, and 4 and sneaky tiles and all that sort of stuff, that we sort of almost forgot about, AC1 and, almost attacking it and defending it as well as what we probably did in the first, 3 or 4 to 6 wars in Season 1. It sort of, evolved from, everyone just go hell for leather and attack AC1 to, hang on a second, this is ridiculous, this takes too long, let's, find better ways to go to AC2, 3, and 4.
yeah, 100%. 100%. Awesome, Cor. Anyone else got more questions for CorCat?
Yeah, I do.
Actually.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Mark. Go ahead. I'll go after you.
Okay. Thanks, sorry. I was wondering, I'm not sure that I understood correctly. You said we have 3 destroyer dragons for each war, or is it 3 in total for all wars?
So if you have 3, so if you go into your building section here, it's already up. So the destroyer shout just in that area there. So you'll be able to buy destroyer shout. So use 100,000 stone to purchase a destroyer shout. So I'm not sure if you can buy it now. I haven't tried it, but
yeah, if you're
that's where it will
TTT,
be. So
don't click that button. Okay, don't click that button.
Yeah.
I think you
No,
can
no.
buy them. We need to get our ACs placed before we buy them, right?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Don't
Don't
click that button.
go doing it now. Don't do it now. Do it after all the ACs are down.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So yeah, that's where it'll be. So you can have 3 saved, in your alliance bag. So that was sort of like your alliance bag there. So you can have 3 stored in there. So you can have potentially up to 3 available to use in a war. Obviously, if you only have 1 in your bag, then you can only use 1 in that war.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks for that.
All good?
Alright. Hey, CorCat.
Hey, mate. Hey, Metal.
How's it going?
Good, man.
It's again with the destroyer shot. My questions. I think both of them are related, but I'm gonna ask them as a two-part question. The first one is, who can conjure these destroyer shots? Are they R5s and R4s only, or anybody?
Yes, so only R5s and R4, just like who can deploy a RoC shout, only R4 and R5s can conjure it, yep.
Okay, and that means obviously then, since they can only conjure it, only the second part is obviously only one of them can exit, nobody else.
Yep, so it's only the person. So if you go into the only person who can use that dragon is the Guardian. So if you go into your alliance, so only the Guardian. So Wurtsider is our Guardian in our alliance. So obviously he would be the only person able to deploy that dragon, that destroyer dragon in a war. So if your Guardian isn't online, or for whatever reason they can't make it for that war, then you can't use it because only they can do it. I guess you could try and swap people out and change the roles over for who's going to be the Guardian for that war. Demote and promote whoever's there, but obviously you have a Guardian there who's one of your strongest members. That's why you would want them to be the Guardian. So yeah, only the Guardian in that the person who was in that role, who's in that Guardian role, can deploy that destroyer shout. Nobody else, not even R5, so I'm not in that role, so I couldn't do it. I can reinforce the Guardian once they have deployed or started conjuring that 5 minutes for it to take to attack that 5x5 square. I can reinforce them, but I can't conjure it myself.
All right. So, sorry to take your time again, but
all good.
while you were saying that, I got another question in my head. So obviously, we have to hit the Guardian within that 5 minutes. So do we have to zero the Guardian, stop this conjuring, or what? Just completely zero him. Okay.
You have to. Yeah, you have to zero them. That's the only way for it to stop, is for them to be zeroed. I guess looking at all the videos that I've seen for people that are in Season 2, usually what they do is get all their strongest members to surround the Guardian when they're conjuring that destroyer shout. So there's almost a wall of castles protecting the Guardian. And that's why it's also really important they have zone conflict done too, is because in zone conflict, let me just go to here. So zone conflict, trying to find where it is. There's one in here that allows you to have more people, like get an extra, what's the word? The extra person to reinforce you. Yes. So that obviously you want your Guardian to have their War Academy up to level, I think it's 13, is unlocked for 4 people that can, or 5 people that can reinforce you, and then obviously if they have zone conflict done and maxed out, then they can also have an extra person come in and reinforce them. So that's really important in that time, that you have a wall of allies around your Guardian and your strongest players there reinforcing them. So you don't want, a little T7 castle to be reinforcing them there if you've got a 25 sitting next to them that can't fit in, because that would just be ludicrous, obviously. You want your strong players with T9s, T8s in there with strong heroes and just protecting them. Obviously, if you're reinforcing, you're going to be taking hits too. So, that's why it's a massive gamble, because potentially you could get up against someone that is maxed out with, enhanced T9s and 100% master warfare research, and they could just wipe the floor with you. That's the risk. But obviously a lot of people don't have that at our states levels that we're all in at the moment. So but that's pretty much it. So if you have the thing I was talking about to our leaders is pretty much, if you have T9s going into Season 2, it will be a massive leg up, but T8s you really need to have to be competitive, because a lot more people now will be pushing for T8s. So if you still have T7s and all that sort of stuff, it's going to sort of be a little bit behind. You're going to find it hard to try and take on those Guardian and Destroyer shouts when they're deployed against you. If you have T8, probably 9 times out of 10, you're going to be okay. You're going to be competitive to try and knock them off and zero them. If you get up against say who was that, Jack Alliance, that June guy from JAC, like obviously he had T9s and pretty good research, so he would be, obviously you wouldn't be able to kill him if you had no T9s and he has T9s, so you would soon find that out when he hit you the first time. So
you would know the first time it's up.
yeah. And I think the part that I missed about all that too, is if you can't beat them, if you have someone that like that June from JAC who has T9s and you don't have anyone strong enough to zero him, then it turns back to good old, AC1 defense, start tiling, because there will be a big red circle in the area where they're going to be deploying that shout. Start tiling there straight away. Pretty much you want to get there so when they get the destroyer shout and it's deployed, you can tile around it, so when any castles drop in behind the rally point, you can start RoC shouting them out of there so they can't start tiling towards you and obviously having a tile barrier in front of where they're putting their rally point will slow them down. It won't stop them, but it will slow them down for you to, regroup and catch up what your plan's going to be, get people back from offense that are over in their state attacking to come back and help defend, just that sort of stuff. So, and that's why I thought it sounded silly, but that's what they explained to me was, even if you get the tiles there, RoC shout a few castles away and slow them down for 5 or 10 minutes, it just allows you to regroup and re-strategize what your defense plan is going to be, if that happens, obviously.
Is a potential defense against the Guardian, basically, if you could, by chance, they haven't noticed. Let's say you have a few tiles close by. If you can tile to the Guardian, can you RoC them?
Yes, for sure. So say their situation is they're, I won't say silly enough, but they're, not smart enough to be cautious as to where they are putting themselves, then if they put themselves next to your farm tiles, and you can go declare war on your farm, and they're right next to one of your farm tiles, bang, RoC shout them away, gone, 100%.
Yeah, we have to pay attention to that as well. Yeah, sure. Okay.
Yep.
That's a very good point. Great.
One of the videos too, they were saying, sometimes they don't even, in older states, they don't even send legions to attack the Guardian. They just get people, or 10 members from their alliance to go to where the Guardian is, and they just send dragons. They all have 10 dragons each. So they have 100 dragons, black dragons, I'm saying, and they just start dragoning, one after the other incessantly, in the hope that they can't repair their bolts fast enough, and they get zeroed in that process. So that's the way to do it, where you minimise any troop losses, but you need a hell of a lot of dragon shouts for that.
For sure. All right. Thanks, Cole.
All good. Everyone else good? Anything else?
We got 4 minutes till our first break, so any other questions for CorCat here?
While I'm streaming, guys, if there's anything you want to see in my castle, any questions that you have for me, even off topic?
Actually, CorCat, we did lose the stream on Discord.
Yeah, we're not streaming anymore.
Oh, really?
But only for less than a minute.
Okay. Let me see. Maybe 1 sec there.
So a couple points that I just want to, if no one's got any more questions, interrupt me if you do, please. But I just wanted to, this idea of these guest speakers is just phenomenal for me, because I get to learn instead of just talk at you guys. So this is great. But one thing I wanted to chat about just briefly here was like the main thing I got from CorCat's notes. The first thing is, obviously, the more organized you are as a leader, as an alliance, as R4s, R3s, whatever position you are in a team, the more organized you can be and more on top of your stuff, your craft, whatever you want to call it, the better off you're going to be. As you can see, this man is all over it. He put in, if you go and look at his notes, he's got what he learned in Season 1 all laid out, then prepping for Season 2, basically what we are right now, and then what Season 2 is going to look like. He's thinking now, a week from now, 2 weeks from now, 3 weeks from now, a month from now, right? He's not just going into his castle and clicking buttons. He's not playing, what's that fucking game? He's not playing he's not playing Candy Crush and just clicking random stuff with his legions. He's actually thinking about the game, and that's what it takes to play RoC at a high level. So that's the biggest thing I got out of his stuff. Is amazing, tons of amazing points, but just his intentionally looking and critically thinking about the game and how he can fit into it, and the differences. And the biggest one that I saw was Well, the biggest one obviously is everyone's worried about this dragon shout, or this destroyer shout, or they're excited about it, worried about whatever. The gist of it is like it won't make a difference if you're not doing everything else, right? And that's why I loved how he started with what he learned in Season 1. Because if you're not improving from what you did in Season 1 to Season 2, it doesn't really matter about this destroyer shout that much, because you're going to lose whether or not the destroyer shout is there, correct?
Exactly right.
So definitely keep it in mindful, and there's strategies to combat that, like you already talked about. Like it blows a 5x5, right? So like that's a rally point and a few castles. Well, if you tile to that spot and you rock those castles, well, there you go. They're out of the way. So now they don't have castles. They have that rally point that's closer that they can tile to. But if your castles are closer, then you can still play the same defense as Season 1. And so there's definitely options to combat it if you're not strong enough to straight up just zero the Guardian. Which obviously if you're a TTT member, that probably is not going to be an option majority of the time. But just remembering that that's not all. Like there's lots of many things that are going to go into this Season 2 to be aware of and keep up with and all that jazz. And so just make sure that you're staying on top of the little things, like he talked about the research, the donations, the tiling, all of this stuff. Make sure you're doing all those things every single day, because that's more of what you can control. And at TTT we can't control the fact that there's bigger people that spend more money in the game than us and maybe have more people online. But what we can control is the little stuff, and that's where we can make a difference as a team, right? Okay, one last chance. Any questions for CorCat before we go into our break here?
Hello, I got one question.
Mr.
Yes, ma'am.
Goldfish, what up?
I was just wondering, how are you? Everyone is asking about the game, but I just wonder, how are you, brother?
Oh, dude, I am fantastic. How is your fish?
Glad to hear it. I'm very glad to hear it.
How's your fish, brother?
Thank you, thank you.
Okay. Thank you. Awesome. Well, we'll hit our first break. Don't go anywhere. 5 minutes, guys. You can unmute freely, talk amongst yourselves. I'll be back here. Just have a 5-minute break, and then we'll get right back into Q&A, kind of open forum style, where we're asking questions and learning together about really anything. So, yeah, be back soon.
You guys have a good night.
Get us snacks
Wow.
too.
Thank you.
See you, Gunnar.
Hello, everyone.
Yeah, thanks for letting me join you as always.
Oh yeah, always,
You guys-
Gunnar. Always good to have you.
Everyone, I don't know what the fuck happened, but I like it.
Yeah. This time change is really kicking my butt, these videos.
Yeah, I just joined it 5 minutes
So
ago,
what
and
we
I
do
just
in
see
this
this, and I
5
say, oh, it's
5
interesting,
minutes break?
but how is he doing? And he said it's fine, so I'm very good.
Excellent.
That's really cute.
Well, have a good one, goodbye.
Take care, man.
Thank you.
So, everyone nervous about Season 2, huh?
Not really.
Not really?
I mean,
man, I'm
to be
just
honest,
trying
I
to-
have already seen this season 2, so it's not that kind of hard. I mean, okay, you have to bother. It's a war game, but it's not
Yeah,
that
yeah.
difficult.
Excellent. Well, that's reassuring. That's good. Where are you from, man?
No, trust me, it's not very difficult. I mean, Dragon Shout is nothing, to be honest. All up to stamina. If you have maintain your stamina, you will win. If you don't maintain your stamina, it will definitely cause a war.
Oh, man.
The best thing is what. Okay, this is Doctor Who from State 340, basically. So what I am saying is what he is saying is correct, that yes, you need to focus basically mostly on the small things, because those are more easier to do, and that's what the core strength is. I mean, tiling is one of the biggest strength. If you can tile all the time, you will definitely score up.
Absolutely.
Right, of course. Sure. So you're a Doctor
What?
Who fan, huh?
Sorry, what?
Yes, somebody is saying about me.
Yeah, I said you're a Doctor Who fan.
Yeah, obviously, a big time fan.
All right, I've seen about 7 seasons of that. It's pretty good. I enjoyed the beginning, but when they started changing too many of the doctors, I was just like, oh, okay, because it takes time
No,
to
the changing
start
of
liking a
doctor
new
is good,
doctor.
but the doctor changing is good. The one thing I don't like is when they change it to the female. I mean, no offense for the female part, but point is the character is
Oh,
not
I haven't
developed
reached
for
that.
the female.
Oh, is it really? I didn't. I have not reached that part. I mean, I was still. I think what was his name? Matt. I was still watching it
Oh
with him.
yeah, you are from you have watched the golden part of the the Doctor Who series. Matt Damon
Ah, right.
and
Okay.
this one David Tennant. They both did awesome jobs.
Yeah, they were brilliant. Yeah, I really like David Tennant. He was fantastic for the role.
I love
Yes.
I mean,
him because
he did.
he wanted to be Doctor Who since he was a young boy. Like he wanted to have
Yeah,
that role
yeah.
when he was young. I loved him in that.
Yeah. It is
He's a
basically a
brilliant
very longest
actor.
series.
Oh, basically, this series can be, infinite. It doesn't matter. It can keep going no matter what.
As long as they have writers who can add on.
Yeah, because there is no way to end the series because there's always going to be an adventure. He's got all time to play in, and as well as all space and time, as well as he's got this thing. He is able to regenerate. He's immortal. What the hell do you want more?
Yeah.
It's like an infinite series. There's no problem.
All the heroes, all the superheroes are like that. I mean, you can't, they
Infinite
are not.
series, infinite representations, infinite possibilities, guys. Just saying.
Yeah, because universe is infinite.
Yeah.
I mean, they
Yeah.
can they can create any planet at any time.
Yeah, and so I think the Doctor could definitely be a lady. Just saying. Yeah, like
Guys,
I agree.
hello. Hello. How are you doing? I was just wondering how you are doing.
oh,
Are
so
you guys
good.
okay?
Yes.
We are doing good.
In a
So
scale from
lovely.
1 to 10, how good are you?
25.
That's a lot. Are you that good?
Yeah, because I got 2 coffees in me.
Okay,
Oh,
it makes sense.
I'm jumping, dude.
through
2
hoops,
straight
through
black
hoops, Netta.
coffees. Oh man.
I mean, it's awesome that you can measure that.
Oh, yeah. There's no harm giving a number, man.
Just choose a number and then give it.
Yeah. I just threw out 25 right there. I, since we're cricket fans, we should use like 50 and 100.
Cricket. You are from where? Which
I,
country?
I'm living in Kuwait, but I'm originally from India.
Oh wow! So I'm also Indian.
Oh, nice to meet you, man.
So you must be knowing Sachin Tendulkar and Virat
Absolutely, man. I know all of them.
cricketers.
Green Sorcerer, he's an Australian. He's also a big cricket fan. So I was teasing him when we won. I was like, how does it like its second series, my friend? That you guys have lost at home. He was like, yeah, right, okay. Aussies don't take defeat very well, do they? I'm talking about the cricket. You know the. Oh come on!
Is
The
it
Aussies
Mark?
have that hardcore fighting. You know they have. This is what I love about the Aussies, and this is what, I think anybody playing sports should be. They should be focused this way. The Aussies have a clear-cut idea of what they want to do when they get in there. Like for instance, the swimmers. Have you seen the Aussie swimmers? They're freaking brilliant.
I think they are actually. I think the problem with them is they do not have a proper coach at the moment. I mean, John Buchanan, the type of coach which he has, and the way he used Ricky Ponting, and then you joined all the team together. That is one of the things which is missing right now with Australia. Otherwise, Australian always dominate cricket. I mean, right from Don Bradman to everywhere, they are there. They dominated. They are the reason why England doesn't able to get a World Cup. I mean, they were thriving, but unfortunately, New Zealand also dominated England. But it's a British game, so they made a loopholes out of it.
That's well. I don't get into the politics of it.
Yo.
What's up, Wall?
I am
Wall
back.
is back.
What's up, guys?
Oh, I was just getting to know DoctorWho.
Oh yes, hello. Look at all these new people we got in here.
So
Yeah, this is my first time in the in your stream.
Awesome, thanks so much. It's Abhi or DoctorWho or what do we call you?
It's DoctorWho, Abhi. You can call me Abhi. Abhi is my name.
Oh.
DoctorWho is my game name.
Oh, cool. Yeah, awesome. Well, great to meet you, Abhi. My name's William. So great to meet you.
Oh yeah.
Hello,
William. That is why it called like Ward.
Yeah, that's right. It's my initials. I have 4 names, and so that W stands for my first one.
And I'm going
Wall's
to
royalty,
mention
man.
now,
What is the full name?
Abhi is the person who attacked me while I was in the beach.
Sorry.
Way to go, Abhi.
Well done, Abhi.
Sorry for that.
He's such a good guy. I really like you, Abhi. You're helping me. You're giving me tips, and I really appreciate you for that.
Yep, thank you.
Yeah, that's awesome. We love you having on our server here and helping out to anyone. You're great, Abhi. And you're in 342 with Fox, right? Or 340 or what do you get?
Yeah,
340.
340.
Yeah, that's right. Awesome. Well, thanks so much for being here,
Oh,
brother.
you're with Fox?
Yeah.
Ah.
Yeah.
So you the guys destroyed your. Did you like us surrounding your AC too?
Yeah, it's not a big problem for us.
Yeah.
See, that is actually a part of this game. I mean, it's a war game. What do you expect from it?
Yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
obviously, those things will happen.
Yeah, we got to be ready for anything.
Yes.
Brilliant, man.
Yeah, that was good.
We love that strategy.
Actually, to be honest, we condemn that also a lot. But ultimately, it's like win is what matters. So we don't have any problem with that. That it's okay. It happens.
Yes, sir.
Got it.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. So great to have you, Abhi. And who else we got? Yes, go ahead, Mar.
Could we try to make the sound of YouTube just a tiny bit better?
My voice is too quiet again?
Yes, it happens. No, I have this feedback. Because I watched like 2 or 3 videos of yours.
Awesome.
And I find that every time Wall, when he is giving good points, his voice goes down. And it's like I always have to push my, volume buttons up and then listen that what he is saying basically.
Exactly.
Interesting.
It does that on purpose to pay more attention.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah. Yeah, that's what we'll go with. It's all part of my diabolical plan.
Exactly.
I had my brother, he does IT, and he was looking at some stuff for me. Honestly, guys, that's why I pay him to do it, because I have no idea how to do it. So I will take that feedback, and I will increase it after the stream as best I can for next video. Unfortunately, I have no idea where to even begin. He told me, and I don't remember any of it. I just tried the only thing I can remember, so hopefully that helps for the YouTube side of stuff. But Mar, if you do me a favor and just send me a direct message on Discord, and I will definitely look into that for next stream for sure.
Until then, start shouting out.
That's right. yeah. I'll just get really loud. And
Yell.
I talked to my wife today about getting like a stand-up desk, and then I can be like at a podium. You know what I mean? I'll just be like standing at my podium here, and then I think my voice would be louder automatically. I get too relaxed just sitting here in my chair.
Yes.
William Trudeau, new prime minister.
Yeah, exactly. That's right.
Podium. Speak to everybody.
Yeah, that's right. Well, let's see. Let me welcome the other people that kind of snuck in here. It looks like we got Goldfish. He already said hello. How are you doing, Goldfish? Goldfish Power.
Hello, I'm very good.
Yeah, you are joining us from where? Tell everyone.
I'm from Latin America, and I'm from a state 379.
Woohoo!
Wow, new estate.
Hola.
Hola. Yes. I'm a beginner. I don't spend money in the game, but I really like the game. I'm just used to lose.
I think lot of people are not spending money. I mean, I'm also not a spender. And I think world is also, favor the people who doesn't spend money. Is it?
They're my favorite. That's right. They're my favorite kind of people. Because they have to try harder to learn the game.
I know how to speak English, but I don't understand nothing you say, guys.
It's okay. I don't understand anything I say either, so that's why I don't watch my YouTube videos. I'm like, who is this guy? He's just talking nonsense again.
Goldfish, I would recommend you to go to the chat rooms afterwards, and because we are uploading there some information about the game, so if you need something to know, maybe it is already over there.
Oh, that's a great point, Mar. I wanted to touch on two things that I keep neglecting to say on stream here, but our submit a question thing is like happening. There's some real good members here of our Discord server that are just crushing answers there. And so if you have any question, post it there. And if someone doesn't get to it from our server here, then I'll get to it hopefully in a stream. But post any question there. And then also, our Discord manager person, she has let me know of a sweet function, but I don't know what it is. So Kai, go ahead and tell people about that search function or whatever with Discord.
Oh my goodness, you guys. Okay, so whether you're on mobile or any time you have the app open on desktop, there's a search function you can find, usually in each chat. On my desktop, it's on the upper right-hand side. And basically, you can type in any keyword that you are looking for in terms of education. Say you're trying to train some troops and you need a little bit of extra education on troop training. You can come into that search function, type in the word troop, type in the word training, type in the word castle, type in whatever you're looking for, and it will bring up every single instance of that word on our server. And oftentimes it will be those educational posts from members who have all the information, and you'll end up learning a ton. So it's really easy to use and way better than scrolling through all of those endless channels. So definitely recommend using it.
Oh my god. Oh, sorry. My phone is dying. Goodbye. I don't know if I'll be back. Goodbye.
Come back soon, my friend. Good to have you here. Okay, guys. First and foremost, that dude is awesome. Okay, funniest dude I have met in a long ass time. So good.
Brilliant.
So good.
We gotta keep an eye on his heart. He gets older. I have a problem with his heart.
He's so good, though. Yeah, we got to get him to migrate here, or we're all migrating to him. One of the two.
My phone's dying.
Oh, such a good guy. Okay, so yeah, let's get back into just the question and answer part. And so, yeah, I'm just trying to think if there's anything that I wanted to talk about the topic before we move on. Oh, one thing I will say. Okay, so obviously the Destroyer Shout is a big change, and that's going to be exciting stuff. Just like I said before, don't worry too much about it. Just know that we have a plan. Like, I have a plan that I will give to you guys when we get a little bit closer on how we're going to do as only T8 people, how we're going to defend against that, and how we're going to use it and all that jazz. We have a plan, and it's going to be okay. We might lose a couple wars based on that as we try and figure it out, but it's not going to be a whole season worth of disaster just because we don't have T9s and we can't stop the Destroyer Shout. We'll just have to be better in other areas, right? And so that's the main thing, is just focus on the little things. All the little things focus on you, your castle, focus on what you can do for the Alliance, and focus on what you can do for the state, right? Introspective approach to it, and Season 2 is going to be wicked. Okay, so yeah, let's hop into any questions that anyone has about anything. Oh, I want to say thank you to CorCat. Let's all say thank you to CorCat for his words and his willingness to do that.
That was wonderful. Thank you, CorCat.
His wisdom is incredible on that.
Indeed.
I really appreciate it.
Migration
Thank
is
you, guys.
migration
Thank
is open soon, CorCat. So come on over.
Be with us.
Inside your C25.
But
You guys already
bring your
welcome
whole
3432.
team. Bring your whole team though. we love all you guys at RoG. Fog,
Then you can
Smell,
still-
everyone.
Then you can still make it instead of being T-Ray, you can make it T-Row.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Yes,
I love
we
that.
do. We do. We're saying it right now.
Hey Wall, the guys at RoG were wondering if you guys could post a video of how Migration Day works, and also how an Alliance merge works. You guys can definitely volunteer TTT to merge into RoC once you migrate to 343.
Totally.
Happy to see that video.
Let's do it. I will. Yeah, we'll get right on that. Mal, we'll get that video up to you sometime in the next 10 years. I promise.
I mean, that's a big part of my Season 2 strategy. So hopefully,
Yeah.
hopefully it plan.
Get all of the enemies to merge into your alliance. It's smart. I like it. Take them out.
There's someone here who would like to say hello.
Is that Cole? What up, you beautiful man?
What's up, Adonis? Shining. Mar,
That's hilarious.
calm down. Breathe.
Yeah, that's right. Good to hear your voice, brother. Great to have you. Awesome. Well, let's go ahead and yeah, let's get into any questions we got, and we'll do this for a little bit, and then yeah, we'll have some fun tonight and learn some more from each other. Who has a question for the session here?
Actually, I do.
Mr. Metal, let's hit it.
Right. Basically, actually, I messaged you a bit about it, but I wanted to just talk about it a bit more with regards to how to get to T9s, even if you're not C25.
Ooh, yeah. Okay, so what was your question exactly again? I remember it sort of, but just ask it again.
So basically, first I wanted to see.
Well, it was leveling
How
up your
long do you
castle or
exactly
something, right?
Yeah, I was thinking about when should I think about going to C24.
Yeah, on a personal level,
Right.
right? You were kind of wondering because you're already
Yeah,
at C23, so you already obviously have the T8s and all that jazz. You're ready to go on that.
Yeah, I have all of that. But my resource buildings are not up there. But now that I've built the farm, they're not as important as compared to the farm. I can get the proper resources from.
Correct.
I mean, of course, they'll be pumping out. I'm gonna keep upgrading them, but I don't have to wait for them anymore.
Right. Totally. Yeah, so in that regard, there's a couple things. Like, obviously, it's a personal personal thing, but this is what I would do if I was you, Mr. Metal. Okay, so first I always start with a question. So why do you want to get to C25?
No, because I wanted T9s, but I thought that was the prerequisite to get to C25. Then you can get.
Okay, so let's go. You're cav focused, right?
Yep.
Right. So let's just go and take a look at this T9 cav situation. So if we go into our research, to unlock T9s, you got to research it. So that will be in cav training here. And if we scroll all the way to the bottom, you got the Empire Defender, unlock Paladin, right? So first and foremost, you'll need everything on this list that has an X. We'll need to have a check mark before you can even think about it, right?
Of course, true.
Okay, so the first one being stable level 25. Thus meaning your castle would also have to be 25, correct?
Oh, so obviously you do need a C20.
Yes, but to that regard, you can do a lot of stuff before you get there. Institute level 24, like you could go up to 24 and do all that. You can complete all of Zone Conflict and Zone Commemoration, potentially. What you'd have to go is just make sure there's not a prerequisite in there. So Zone Com you can do at level 17 Institute, and then fully max Zone Conflict you can do at... Yeah, there's no other prerequisite there besides basic military being maxed, and yeah, it'll be maxed for sure. So I would say if you're preparing for that and you want to be strong getting there instead of just getting there and getting them and being like, oh cool, this is awesome. If you want to be strong, obviously get those things first. So skip the stable because that's not going to happen. Institute level 24, get that going, right? And then everything else is just before, right? So you just need the stuff before. But look what it takes to, so you just have to plan and look, right? So all, if we go down, technology required is planned skirmish level 20. So planned skirmish is the one right before. And so in there you need to look, Institute level 20, which you probably already have or very close to, and then complete all research for Legion 2. Okay? So then you got to make sure you're Legion 2, so I wouldn't be able to unlock that because my Legion 2's not done, right? And then so you just kind of got to go look and go where you're at, then work backwards, right? Where you want to go and work backwards. And then most importantly, I think Green basically summed it up though in Discord there. It's like, yeah, practically 100% in all areas, and then you unlock your T9s basically. But you would work backwards from there. But I think CorCat hit it on the head, is research, research, research. Basically, always be researching something because that's the only thing that's going to slow you down from progressing this game eventually. Right? We're all concentrated on the resources and all that jazz, but ultimately the resources don't even become an issue later on in the game whatsoever, especially if you have farms and you're doing KE well and all that stuff. Research is not an issue, especially with fully max zone resources is not an issue. With fully max zone com and all that stuff, you'll be getting those resources like crazy. But then it's only and then it's time. It all comes down to time, right? Time it takes to unlock these things, and courage medals, which basically comes to time. Like it takes time to accumulate all these courage medals you need, right? And so ultimately, just keep building your castle the right way, right? Keep your research pumping 24/7. Focus on zone comms. Anything with courage medals, focus that on tech day. Anything else that doesn't take courage medals, focus that not on tech day, right? And so just obviously in the order of zone commemoration, zone conflict, and then your training to push that, right? And then obviously you'll need to get the other stuff unlocked too. All your legions need to be maxed and everything like that. So what does Green say? You need all COP and all legions and then max your special. Yes, correct. That's basically it. So you need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then to max all those, you also need improved medical facilities and basic max. So basically, you need everything maxed, except for accessory production. I don't think is connected in any way. And then,
Uh,
yep.
Walt, just to add on this one, that regarding zone commemoration,
Yes, sir.
I mean, that is the number one thing you need to max, because only then you will be able to generate enough, courage medals to go for your T9s.
Correct.
Because T9s, if you go for T9s and then you do not doing your zone commemoration, then it will impact your COP rewards. You will not able to finish your COPs. So that is one of the first focus you have to give. Then the one more important thing you need to do is don't wait to do your, wait accumulate all the courage medals and do it on Tuesday, on Wednesday, or when we have a research day, on tech day. You don't need to do it on tech day only. What I used to do, as soon as I get my courage medals, I look into the zone combination. If I find anything I can do it, because everything is related to your next day reward. Like today, if you do all the training zone com, if you can, then it will increase your score for today's troop day. So that will be, a good way to finish. But technology is definitely the most important thing. I mean, everything is waste if your technology is not advanced.
Of course. No, I was asking this because my zone com is at 99. That's why I wanted to know.
Nice.
What my focus should be next.
Then get that 1% also, because it will give you a double reward.
Exactly. That last. I'm at. I think I'm at 18% of arms expert, and there's 2 more, and that. So 3 more researchers in zone com left.
Congrats.
Yeah, because then you will be amazed. You will never have any resource problem.
Oh, fantastic! Great. Looking forward to that.
Yes, sir.
But one more important thing which Walt says, which is still I think unanswered, is that why you need a T9, which is one of the most important thing. I don't feel that we are in a stage when we need T9, unless until you are ready to beat somebody who is paying so much in this game.
It's RoC.
Right.
RoC. For us, we noticed one thing from last war. Every time we came up against the C25, okay, some of them, majority of them, I would say, let's say 8 out of 10 had T8s only, didn't have T9s. But those 2 out of 10 had T9s, and we had nothing to, fight them. So I was just hoping to reach there, maybe latest by season 3 at least.
No, you can beat them with your shouts. I mean,
you mean
your shouts, the dragon shouts. You can use dragon shouts on them. Even if they have T9, they can't do anything. It's okay, it's expensive, I know, but it's not just one person is doing it. Like, if a team can do it, I mean, okay, you have a farm. You can create on all C19 farm can create dragon shouts. And if you have a trader farm, you can create a dragon shout based on, I mean, they usually have a lot of gold, which you can put into the shouts. Because see, shout is one of the things. How long C19, I mean, how long C25 can hold the shout attack? You might need to spend like 10 or 20 dragons on them, but it's okay. That's how you beat the top guy. You can't beat the top guy by just, going with your technology and T9. Because you put everything on your T9 at this moment, it will definitely ask you for money, because this game is not like that. It takes like 6 months, I guess, to become a C25. Right, Paul?
No,
I mean, you must be knowing about this. That C25, it takes like long time. It's like 6 months or 7 months, I guess. It takes.
Yeah.
It does take.
Yeah. So how many months are we at? 5? Are we at 5 months in this state in 341? Are we at 5 months? I think we're at 5 months, right?
3 months playing the game, 5 months in the game, about,
Yeah.
No, now it's 4 months in the game, and so 6 months in the state.
Right. So exactly. So basically, it takes, like, honestly, to be a strong C25 free-to-play player, it takes a year.
Yeah, obviously.
So it will take, like, me, and that's even if you even like know what you're doing, like somewhat like I do, like know where to put your stuff and you don't waste any of your resources early on random stuff.
Yeah.
It'll still take I would say 10 to 12 months to be like a solid, like, Yeah, and to Abdi's point there, he's exactly right. Like, there's really no point to just like slam going for T9s only, like because like Dragon Shouts are way more effective than having T9s, right? And so if like Core's big point that Core talked about that we kind of went over is, let me go into my castle here, is that Dragon Shout Temple, right? And so like I knew this, and so my Dragon Shout places are pretty much maxed. Okay, and one thing, it helps me on build day. I always get 9 chests on build day because of this. But most importantly, like let's go into what this building actually does. Okay, so if we click on the details, like it makes your shouts cheaper, less crystal, less gold. Right? You can store more. And then if you go to the dragon, like the black dragon lair itself, it makes them stronger, right? So you get that destructive power of 5, and then obviously at max it'll be 6, but 5, if you have it at level 20, 5, you're good. You're good to go, and you can take out some C25s with that 5, because I can make, so let's go into it. I believe I can make 15, or I can make 21. So I can make 21 of those at destructive level 5. So that means they need to have 100 bolts, 110 bolts to stop my dragons if I sent 21. That's highly expensive, right? And that's just one player. That's one player, right? So like Abdi said, if your whole alliance, like our alliance, how many times did we use Dragon Shouts to get us in a good position in wars? Pretty much every single war, right?
Yeah.
So
we were hitting lower level castles.
Right? We weren't going over 25s, but Season 2 will be more about these dragons to combat these big spenders, right? Because all big spenders will be at T9s at this point, because it's just been enough time. If they've kept spending the same way since day one, they will have these T9s, and that's how we'll combat them a little bit, is with that strategy. Because even if you go into your Dragon Slayer, so a C25 has 63, right? So I can take out, if I just send all mine, I can take out a C25, like he can refresh it, but remember, Kaisertown talked about ale, right? You can't purchase ale, except for in the VIP shop, okay? So even a C25 in the middle of a war, it'll be tough to replenish these bolts at some point, especially if we're just hammering on them the whole time, right? And so in Season 2, it's going to become more apparent. Season 3, it'll be all about dragons. But Season 2 will become a little bit more apparent that, yeah, dragons are super useful when used well, and we don't want to just be dragoning kind of whatever, whenever, because we'll want to use those to move the big boys with T9s. Right?
Yeah, you cannot be a machine gun and just, shoot at all them. You need to be a sniper on that case.
That's right.
That shoot and lock and target.
Yep. No, that's exactly right. So that's excellent. Thank you, Abdi, for those insights, because that's exactly right. So hopefully that helps your question a little bit, Metal. Like, obviously, having an idea in your mind to get T9s, that's definitely a good goal to have. But just remember, don't just do everything skeleton form just so you can unlock a T9, right? Because you don't have to upgrade any of these Dragon Shouts to unlock T9s. You don't have to upgrade your War Rooms to unlock T9s. Like, you don't have to do a lot of stuff to unlock T9s. But if you only do the basic requirements, then you're going to just be a cardboard castle with T9s, and you'll just get moved around the map with Dragon Shouts and other stuff, right?
Yeah, which is exactly what I don't want, yeah. So, what I was thinking was, like, I'm going to concentrate on about 2-3 things for the next, let's say, 2-3 weeks, in order to, because what I'm noticing is, like, ale starting to slowly become a problem.
Right.
Because I was not.
Ale is not a problem.
Yeah, at first,
Ale should not be a problem.
I kept them at just 9 and 10. I didn't upgrade them. Now I'm getting them up to 15. Yeah, because I was just barely using it. So I said, let me concentrate on other shit. And now I'm catching up with the
Yeah, the developers are sneaky like that, though, right?
You are at what level? Your castle is at what level?
So mine 23.
So you were 23 and you were 23 before RoC 2, right? So I think that if you go with this goal...
During RoC is when I went 23.
So then, by the end of RoC 2, you must be C25. Otherwise, to be honest, that kind of growth is expected from you. You focus on that, that upgrade your castle to C25, and then you start upgrading all your, T8s to T9, and then focus on that. Because when you become C25, your bracket will open up. You will get more reward, and that will help you since you are completing zone com in next like 1 or 2 weeks mostly. Hopefully
Probably
you will finish it by 2 weeks.
No, I'll probably finish it in days. I'll finish Zone Com by Research Day next week.
Yeah, because COP is the only one which can give you a too much reward, and that reward help you out.
Yeah. That's exactly what I've been considering. So I was actually, that's a good question for anybody. Once you finish Zone Com, we should definitely concentrate on accessories and zone conflict. Obviously,
Zone conflict, yeah, correct.
Zone
conflict or zone accessories, or both together?
Oh, sorry, that was a question.
Accessories doesn't cost any medal, is it?
No. Yeah, so as far as the courage medal focus, if you're wondering for somewhere to shoot for, especially if you're getting to the end of Zone Commemoration, and we'll open it up to Green if he's still around. Yeah, he is here. But because he's been done Zone Commemoration for like a month, but basically what I do, what I plan to do, and what I've always done is Zone Commemoration, Zone Conflict, then my specialty of calves, right? Just in that order with the courage medals, right? And then do the other stuff intermittently as like when I'm waiting for more courage medals, basically, right?
Of course.
Yeah, but on that point, let's bring Green into the conversation. Green, are you here still, brother? Okay, so he was the first person on our team, I think him or ECMF, to max Zone Commemoration. So what did you do after you maxed Zone Commemoration, Mr. Green?
My goal, because I was a C22 when I maxed Zone Com, my goal from there was to max my castle to as a max C22. So that's what I've been primarily focusing on. I did the same thing as metal, and I jumped forward a little bit without concentrating on some RSS buildings that I need now. So my coal and things like that. So I spent a lot of time maxing my Castle 22. So I haven't really been focusing a lot on research, although knowing that you practically need 100% research to T9. Now that I've maxed my castle, as in all my buildings, I'm focusing solely on my research.
Perfect. And that's awesome. That's right. And so that's what's so great about people like Metal and Green is as they've got this new information, now they can make a direction with it, right? And that's what we should all strive to do as players is the moment you learn a new piece of information, incorporate that into your overall game plan for your castle and just make it that much better.
Zone Com was 100% a game changer.
Yeah, and you've been at that for a month or two or something like that?
That's right. Like I went in as practically a cardboard 22 with my Zone Com non-complete, and I did focus on my Zone Com as soon as I got to 22, and when I maxed it, my C22 now is just entirely close to map.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, it definitely gives you
it's unbelievable.
The resources to do that.
And imagine if I did that at C19 or
C20.
C20.
It would have been huge difference.
It would be crazy. So I can't like stress enough that Zone Com is super important.
Yeah. And that's what we learned. If you watched last stream, there's a couple members that were in like the 30% range, and they've been struggling with teleports, they've been struggling with diamonds, they've been struggling with resources to upgrade their stuff, and it's all because the Zone Commemoration is not been the focus, right? And no problem, like honestly, like they're the two people that I'm thinking of were both first-time players. Like, this is their first castle. So when you're in your first castle, you're just kind of randomly doing stuff unless someone tells you otherwise, right? So.
Absolutely, yeah. This is my first castle too.
Yeah.
Zone Com is a bitch.
Yeah.
But once you get there, it's wonderful, though.
Yeah, it's like that. It's exactly. It's a happy moment, and you love that bitch forever once you get them to 100%.
I'm almost there.
That's right. Yeah, that's so good, Metal. That's so good. It can be done.
So close.
It can be done. And Metal's like not really a big spender. I'd say he's like a moderate spender in our alliance compared to everyone else. He's like a low spender. But in our alliance, he's a moderate spender because we basically have free-to-play players mostly in our alliance, at least 50 or more %. And so, yeah, it can be done. He's moved from like I spoke to him probably only 3 weeks ago, Metal, or was it a month ago now? I can't remember. But he's gone up like 70% in that time. Right? He was like at 30, just like the two other people. I see El Rena's eyeballs. It wasn't me. It definitely wasn't El Rena, but two random people in our alliance. Last week we spoke, or just 2 days ago we spoke about this. And so, yeah, now that they're going to focus on it, it's going to improve dramatically in like under a month's time. They'll be up there with the rest of us, right? Because it doesn't take much; it just takes a focus. So wonderful. Yep.
I've got a very important tip that I was just, nowadays I've subscribed to a few of these ROE guys who are giving tips on, how to move faster up, how to spend less money, how to, be more efficient. And almost every YouTuber has mentioned that whether you're free to play or a moderate or minor spender or a big spender, the VIP shop is just unbelievably important. Is what they're all emphasizing right now. So I think we should just not now, but maybe we could concentrate on that once for a Q&A, just a little bit, just to figure out what we should. I think we did that the previous time, didn't we?
Yeah, we did touch it a bit, and then it's also a question in our submit a question channel right now too. So
that is actually going to be for the next COP Q&A. It's going to be focused like on two things. The first thing is like for our spenders in TTT, what can you do with this money to maximize your gains, however much, it doesn't matter. And so obviously VIP is going to be a focus in that conversation. And then RoC related is like that Imperial investment and all that kind of stuff. So that's going to be the focus for next Q&A for sure. But you're right, Metal. It's those little things, and like VIP shops like $100 American, right? So however much that is in your country.
Right, yeah.
$100 American to open that. So yeah, if you're just a light spender, that's pretty good. I would invest the $100 into that, and don't even like if that's your budget, $100, put it into VIP because you get everything in the game except for Courage medals from the VIP shop eventually, right? And so as long as you're focusing on Zone Com and that VIP stuff, then you'll get there and you'll be able to do everything else that you need to do, and it only costs you $100.
And you get the
spending is also, spending is good, but one thing I would like to have a question also, or kind of, suggestions, that if you, in that video, if you can, put a rank or something like a list of the things which person need to be spent mostly. Like, one thing is Project Hero, which is very important, which help you on your hero. Then there is this VIP, which you are saying is very important. So these things, if the people know that, okay, these are the items where I have to purchase, and these are the, very important purchases. So it will be most useful rather than purchasing just go and click and then, buy anything randomly and doesn't know how to do it.
Oh yeah, the developers love people that just click their buttons and click buy.
Yeah.
Each one of those, right? Each one of those things you just mentioned literally needs one Q&A. For example, where to spend your money if you're a spender. that's one. VIP by itself can be one Q&A. I mean, each one of those is a Q&A, seriously.
Yeah.
Because there's so many questions.
It is like a series of Q&A.
Yeah, definitely. Each one of those. I mean, for instance, where to spend. Now, depends. Again, it depends on each castle as well. Like, for instance, for me, like...
We are
what's my
making
goal?
wall job much harder. We are adding a lot of things on his queue.
No, it's okay, because I'll just not do it if I don't want to. Don't worry. You can't make my job harder. I'm the boss, so I make my job harder if I want. But it's not a bad idea. Like,
you know what your goal is?
Yeah. So one thing I'll say before we talk more about the spending is this is my opinion on the matter. Okay, I've said it many times, and if you're a longtime TTT person, you've heard it a million times. Okay, this game is a resource management game. Okay, RSS in out, RSS in equals RSS out, but hopefully RSS in is far less than what you're getting out. Okay, and the biggest thing to manipulate in this game, because it's a version of pay to play, pay to win, whatever you want to call it, is balancing that, because no one here wants to spend their money on someone else's kid's college fund, right? We're all in agreement there. So in order to not do that, then you should pay attention to time versus money, right? It's a life concept for sure. But as it pertains to this game, right, like time you put into the game versus money. And money will always, in real life or outside the game and in RoE, money will eliminate the time factor in most equations, okay? One thing money does not do and never will do in life or in this game is buy you experience and skills. Money will never teach you how to play KE. Money will never teach you how to put your shield on. Money won't do any of that stuff for you, right? You have to learn those things. And what I have found in my time playing this game, I've played with people that spend 40 grand, 60 grand, 1,000, 10,000, 0. I played with them all. And the people that spend no money know the game best, as a general statement. Simply because they've just had to put in more time. Just think about it in... Like, I don't know, at one point in my life, I thought maybe I wanted to be a mechanic. Just think about it. If you're super wealthy and you want to learn to be a mechanic, right, and you just drop like 100 grand on some special book that someone on the internet is selling, it's going to teach you everything you know to be a mechanic. You drop 100 grand on that book, does that make you a good mechanic now?
No, you need the experience on that.
Exactly. And so what I've found with this game and with most things in life, that the more you grind and the more you have a, not just like aimlessly grinding, but use these Q&A, use the information, ask questions, talk to people that know, and get experience. The more you grind with good experience behind you, good knowledge behind you, the better you will be at this game, period. Right? Because also money can't buy a win in every single RoC war, because that's when like you're like, I played against an alliance that spent 10 grand every RoC war just to trash us, and they did trash us, and it sucked ass. But most of those people that spent that money aren't playing the game anymore. It was literally flushing money down a toilet. But ultimately, when it comes to money, if it improves your quality of life and it helps you have more fun in this game, flush it down the toilet in any way, shape, or form, is my opinion. So I guess with the money aspect and the spenders and stuff, the reason why I don't talk about spending money too often is because this is my firm belief with RoE. You do not have to do it to enjoy this game and to play at a very, very high level. You do not have to spend a dime. So why would be the question, and that's the question I ask about everything. Metal had a question, I asked him why, T9s. Why are you going to spend 10 grand in the game? Why are you going to spend 100? Why are you going to spend 20? Why, right? As long as you have a good why behind everything you do, then do it. But don't just spend the money because you want to get a C25 because it looks cool. Okay?
Absolutely.
But with that being said, there are some really good packages, and we do have spenders in my alliance. Remember, this whole QA idea had nothing to do with YouTube or anything. It was just a way for me to teach all these freaking noobs, these sweaty nerd noobs on my team, how to play this game. Okay, and so we've been doing this since day one.
I was a sweaty nerd.
All of you are sweaty nerds, okay? If you're here listening to my voice, you're listening to a sweaty nerd, so you're spending your time listening to a sweaty nerd, which makes you a sweaty nerd.
Oh wow.
But ultimately, like we're all having fun, so it doesn't matter what we are, right? We're having fun.
Yeah.
But
this is why we had the 5 minute break to dehydrate ourselves.
Yeah, exactly. Get your towel out, wipe your face down, and get back at it. No, that's a good point. But yeah, ultimately,
Gotta invest in deodorant, huh?
yeah, exactly. Extra sticks just for wartime.
I can't get up to go for a shower.
Yeah, that's right. Slaughter always made the joke about the bedpan. Hook up your bedpans, get your IV going, and let's do this. Yeah, but ultimately, right, like, we do have some spenders in TTT, so I will address those as I think they are important, and that's why next QA is going to be a little bit about those investments. Like, and pretty minor ones. Like, I don't think you have to spend very much money at all to get a couple steps ahead of the average player in this game, as long as it's directed on specific things like the VIP shop, the Imperial investment for RoC, some hero packages, like stuff like that, and you'll be a few legs up. But ultimately, if you don't know how to fight, your legions are nothing but biceps. Shout out to Mr. Slaughter himself. But biceps look cool. Biceps look cool, yeah, and it's a trap. There you go. But ultimately, yeah, like that's all I'll say for the up on my podium. If you haven't noticed, my profession outside the game is all to do with money and finance and to maximize your investments. And so I try not to go to work every time I step into the game. So, but I do love talking about it, and we will talk about it more specifically, spenders and what we can do a little bit. But ultimately, I love people that don't spend because they're willing to put in a little bit more time and effort. And yeah, the time and effort comes. And one thing I've always said in our alliance, like, yeah, come 12 months into this game, if you guys can stick out with me for 12 months, if you're down for that, then we'll be the same as everyone else that has spent 40, 60 grand. They'll just have a few better heroes, but ultimately we'll know how to play the game better, so it won't matter at that point. Right? Like, it all evens out eventually, as does life, if you do it properly. So,
got a question for
yes,
you.
Blood, go ahead. Thank you for bringing us back to the Q&A portion. Hit it.
All right. There is no way in the world I'm going to have T8.
Okay.
I've only been playing this game for about 3.5 months.
Yeah, okay.
You know, I've got one castle that's C19, one that's C20, and I just brought up a C18.
Okay, perfect.
How am I going to be able to help in this?
Okay.
In the RoC?
Awesome. This is a great question because you're not alone, right? So, for instance, I'm in the member page of our team. We only have maybe 5 people that are 22. Now, I believe we'll have probably double, if not triple that by RoC. So you're not going to be the only one that's not going to be 22, right? There's going to be many people that aren't 22 with T8s. But the nice thing, Blood, is how many people did we war against that had stronger teams than us? Stronger legions, bigger castles? How many of those people lost war?
Quite a few. One of the things I was actually going to bring up earlier, we were talking about moving C25 with the T9s.
Yeah.
And we didn't move them, we just worked around them.
Exactly. Sometimes
they can garrison all they want, but we just moved over 2 buildings and took those.
That is such a genius point to bring up. If we can out-strategize these big alliances and get to their buildings, once we touched buildings, we never lost a single war. Is that correct, guys?
Yeah, absolutely.
So, why not focus on touching buildings more often than not? and we do not need T9s or even T8s to touch buildings. But the T8s, the only thing about the T8s is it helps with this new shout a little bit, right? But ultimately, Blood, just work on what you can work on, right? Green puts out some awesome all-mail tips. Come to these QAs, get whatever knowledge you can, and then apply it to your castles. But ultimately, specifically for your situation, if I can find you here, your main castle is 20. Yeah, there it is. There he is. His main castle is 20. So you're looking at... So you don't believe you can get to 22, is that correct?
I only brought it up, and I forced it ahead. I'm actually upgrading level 18's resources to 20 now because I forced it.
Okay. So ultimately, it comes down to a personal case-by-case basis, and I think that's what Metal was trying to touch on last Q&A, right? If you haven't seen that or you weren't around, maybe just go and watch the first 20 minutes or whatever, the segment that Metal's talking about, or where he's talking and sharing, because in that, he talks specifically about how we can say all day all these general tips about getting to 22, getting T8s, and what to do, zone com, blah, 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 blah. We can say that forever, and we have been saying it forever, since day one. I don't know if you guys noticed this, I said the same thing since day one. The only new information is RoC stuff. And so, basically, it comes down to your dedication as a player to the game, or to the Alliance, or whatever you want to call it, and how much time you got. And ultimately, Blood, your dedication is massive, right? You've been there. You were at most of the wars, if not all the wars. Great defender and willing to go wherever. So ultimately, Blood, or did I say Metal? I don't know whoever I'm talking to. Blood, I think. Yeah, Blood. You were there for all of it, and so you know what it takes. And it doesn't always take
every war.
Right. Well, you made a lot of them anyway. But you know what it takes. It doesn't take big, strong power. It just takes being willing to play your part in the wars, right? Whether that's pathing, defending, attacking, whatever. You don't necessarily need T8s, but the more T8s we can have, the better we can garrison stuff and push people back with this destroyer shout a little bit easier with T8s. So maybe if you don't get to T8s, you won't be involved in that specific part of the war, but we'll still have you doing the regular stuff that we did in Season 1. Does that make sense, brother?
Yeah, makes sense.
And then, yeah, go ahead, Mar. Oh, Mar, yeah. You were, what castle level were you at the start of Season 1?
I was 15 when I joined the main alliance.
Right.
15 level. And I was participating in every war, either in defense or even attacking. And I was getting all those shouts, and and I was upgrading my castle until the RoC finished. I was level 18. So take me as an example. Come on. I did everything I could, and I think everybody can say the same.
That's right. Yeah, that's a good point. I completely forgot about that.
One more thing I would also like to add on what Mar is saying is that, I mean, if it become a comforting for you, that trust me, I have played this game. I mean, not this exactly ROE. I have played the Last Ultra Survival.
Oh,
part
nice.
of this game.
Yeah, that's right.
It's
That's
basically a copycat of this game.
Yeah.
So over there, I played with T7. Over there, the ROC is called as DD, Doomsday.
Yeah.
So the Doomsday Season 3, I played that with T7, and I was able to achieve my 15. I mean, I got like 20,000 points on that.
Right.
So it is not hard. You don't need to be press onto getting into T8 all the time. You need a strategy, to be honest. You need to plan yourself, and you need to see where is your strength. If you are good in tiling, then just go and tile as long as you can. And tiling doesn't require to have a high level troops. It just needed a little bit troops. You need a good hero for that, because hero is most important where you tile something.
Yep.
So tiling is one of the best things that you can do if you are not very strong. And the way the wall is saying that, yes, the building is most of the important things. What happens when you go to the building? You need to break the building first. So for that you need demolition value. So for that, it's most important to have a T7 footmen ready for you, because they can do more damages.
That's
So
exactly it.
you don't have to worry about T8. You just focus on your T7. If you can enhance them, then it is perfect. If you can't enhance them, then no problem. Play whatever you have in your, in your plate.
Yep, that's right.
Look, I had a
All
comment
great
for Blood.
points. Yeah. Go ahead, Blood
I
first,
had a comment.
or no, go ahead, Metal. Sorry, and then we'll get back to Blood. Yep.
Yeah, Blood, you don't have to worry about your contribution. You're already contributing quite a bit. On top of that, you have to see that you are very important. If you want to take an example, take an example of Bella and how she ran circles around C25. With a 19, with a C19, she ran circles around C25. So, just like Wall said, and just like Abhi said, it's like strategy is more important, and you can definitely contribute hell of a lot. So don't think just with T8. That's all.
Yeah, great points, guys. All fantastic points. Blood, go ahead. You were gonna say something?
All right, I've got my demo value up for the T7s to 455. What do I need to push it over the top?
Sorry, say that again. I missed that. Your mic cut out for me for a second.
My demo value is 455, running T7 Footman.
Excellent.
What do I need to push it over the top?
Yep, so that comes back to
Get the
exactly
500.
what Abby said, and then Metal just said it again, is your heroes. It all comes down to having 3 heroes that are awakened and skill 1 and 6 fully maxed. That's literally all you need. T7 Footman
1, 6, and
will, with 3 orange heroes with skill 1 and 6 maxed, you will be over 500 demo. As long as you're not like a C15. But like obviously your training ground needs to be up there. But your C20, as long as you have in your class, like, let me show you. My legions are out gathering at the moment, so I can't show you the manipulation of moving around. But I'll show you what I mean inside the castle. So if you, inside your castle, as long as those training grounds, right? And that's why it's so important, like, because you don't need to upgrade your training grounds ever to increase your castle level, right? And this is where we get into that cardboard castle aspect, right? Is like if you don't have training grounds that are moving up with your castle level, like my class is always the first thing I upgrade, so that my class legion can be stronger with my castle, and that's what makes me competitive with everyone in my castle bracket, right? Is because I max the most important things first the moment I tick over, and then I just build everything up as it goes. So ultimately, to get that demo value over 500, you just need 3 orange heroes with T7 Footmen and skill 1 and 1 and 6. So if you go into your heroes and you go take a look at my 3 strongest heroes, I have 3 heroes that are level 50. Yay! Finally. Thank you, Hero Day. I have my classes North Rage, Duel, and Hurricane.
I saw that in Iron Hand, right? Or did you get?
I did get Iron Hand on a free ticket, you sons of bitches. All you people telling me all your free ticket stories. Well, I finally got one, and it was an S1 hero, so suck it.
Congrats. Hey, we're just happy for you, sir. I don't know what you're
No, you're
saying.
not. Don't pretend that you're happy for me. You guys were rubbing it in. But I'm happy I joined you. I'm happy I joined you guys now. I've gotten a free hero, finally. And so, basically, my 3 heroes are, as you go into North Rage here, they're pretty strong. North Rage is the weakest because I got him last, but let me go to Hurricane. He's my strongest. And so as you can see, Hurricane is pretty much fully maxed on what I can open. I just finally got some more duplicates, so I can finally open that next, and so I'll do that. I'll open him up, and he'll be pretty maxed out pretty soon. But basically, if you're going into any of these heroes that you're going to be using, like this skill 1, so if we go into, so skill 1 scales with hero level as well as the points put into it, right? So basically this skill
all of those
alone,
are maxed.
so that's all maxed. That's perfect. So for your 3 orange, like, share your class for me. Could you do me a favor, because I can't move my class around? Share your class in our alliance chat. And then I can take a look, and then we can kind of get more focused in, because these are the kind of questions that are going to make the difference. An individual question that has to do specifically with you, because I could tell you all the same random stuff, but yeah, there you go. Perfect. So let's take a look at yours and see what we can improve here together, guys. Okay, so right off the get-go, right? Yeah, go ahead. You going to say something, Blood?
Well, I just got dual blades on RoC duels.
Okay, so switch out north. Do you have north double or no?
No.
Okay, switch out north and put a RoC in there, and then share it one more time. I just want to compare those two real quick.
Okay, wait, I lied to you. It's an NFC.
Oh, okay, no worries. Okay, so this is basically what you got. You have a duplicate of duels. No?
No.
Okay.
All I've got is the third one for Hurricane here.
Yeah, no worries. Okay, so this is perfect. So basically, the only reason you don't have over 500 demo at this point in the game is because those two aren't awake, or woke, or awakened. Woke. North Rage is not woke. He's just a little Viking man. And then Dual Blade, she's woke as F, but not right now. So if you had those unlocked, you could easily push over 500 because you're at like 450 or something.
455. Now I pulled up. I've got a duel for what, Justice, and I do have one for duels.
Okay, so
and I've got a third one for Hurricane.
Perfect. So right there, right now, abandon North Rage. Get North Rage out. Put Justice, Duel, and Hurricane, because instead of putting them in the proper order, and this is simply not when you're attacking a castle or anything like that, but simply when this tiling, yeah, to get over this 500 to get those purples. Because what I did, so basically you just want those ones woke or awakened, and so what I did, if I go into my heroes, I didn't have I like barely started to get real freaking shit going on with my orange heroes. But basically my tiling team was El Zorro with Duel and Hurricane, right? And El Zorro was in the front, right? But the thing with El Zorro is he's awakened, right? Now obviously I don't want to be fighting castles with that because I can't use any of his skills because he's an archer and I run calves. But as far as taking tiles, it doesn't matter. It's all about that demo value. So I had those, and then I finally got North Rage duplicate, and now I'm swimming in duplicates. But basically, yeah, that's the main focus. Is that?
Well, why don't you tell Blood about the other orange, the one that you can purchase with gems or something? I'm not sure. Actually, I want to know about that. Where you have that. The one that is not specific orange hero, but can be used to open up, unlock.
Oh, like it's not a duplicate, but it's a blank?
Yeah, it's not a it's a blank, pretty much a blank, but it can be used for anything.
Yeah,
how do we get those?
It won't,
because you can
you can only get them from like events and stuff typically.
Oh.
Right? So it'll show up in here, it just won't have anyone's picture in it. And you can get I mean, specifically, if you want to go take a look at that, you can't buy the orange ones, but
I've got one of those. I do have one of those.
Well, that'll help. It won't allow you to open like their 6th skill, but it will allow you to open their other skills for sure. Because it has to be a duplicate, right, to open the 6th skill.
Oh, it has to be a duplicate.
Correct. Yeah, it's not like that's not a wild card. That would be way cooler if it was like a wild one and it could be anything.
Right.
But it's more of just a blank one because if you go into your heroes and to unlock like. So the reason why like Hurricane's not max is because I didn't have the stuff to unlock these. I didn't have 5. I didn't have 5 legendary hero medals of any kind. And then this last hero day, I think I got 4 or something stupid. Yeah, I've got 3 left over. So I might just rotate these 3 to unlock that skill or something like that. But yeah. Does that make sense, Blood? So that gives you kind of a focus. Yeah, go ahead.
The skill 6 requires 10 rares.
Yes. So rare is your blue ones, right? Is that color blue? Is everyone
blue?
Yeah. Okay.
And does it have to be the ones without the face, the blanks?
It can be any.
Can it be
any of them? It just needs 10 rares. Yeah.
Okay, because then 2 or 3 that I can open up in NFC.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, that's exactly
And
it.
he's going to blow by blood.
Yeah, honestly, man, because you have 3 strong castles, well, like, that are... You don't really have any farms, right? You have 3 castles that are kind of progressing at the same time.
I just made 3 farms. I got 2 18s, or 1 18 and 2 10s.
Oh, perfect. There you go. But NFC is more of like, it could be someone's main castle, right? So, honestly, if NFC passes blood, freaking, dude, use that guy, right?
Well, and that's the one extra thing I was going to ask later to Slaughter and all them. Both of them are actually in the main right now.
Oh, nice. Yeah, that's right. You did move NFC over. Okay,
You brought NFC over because of the last war. We was worried about having enough people.
Oh, yes, that's correct. Yeah.
Even better.
Should one of these, either Blood or NFC, leave openings for somebody? You know as well as I do how hard it is to run 2 mains.
Yeah, it's not even fun. It's not fun. Okay, I'll tell you that right now.
But
ultimately,
should one of those leave for now? Prefer probably NFC leave and leave an opening. 'Cause we're starting to have a shortage of openings.
yeah, no worries. So Slaughter and I are all over that. Don't worry about that spot. If we need the spot that you're taking up with one of your extra castles, we'll get a hold of you and get you out. Right?
Okay.
And especially with, I don't know if I've said this yet to any of you, but yeah, we have a couple of mergers that may happen. Not mergers, but just people that are looking to be involved in RoC that'll come and join. So if we need some spots, we'll have to, obviously the first ones to go will be like people's like farms, because I think Fox maybe has one in here. I know 2 of mine are in here, and that's fine because that'll help them grow faster, right? It's a Trap is one of mine that Slaughter's managing for me, and then Someone Random, I think, is another one of mine. I don't know. Slaughter manages a couple castles for me, and he changes the names to weird stuff. But so I have a few castles in here too, but those ones will be the first ones to go, and we'll get a hold of you as that comes. So don't worry about that. Just keep them in here as long as you can to get all the extra rewards and all that stuff. It'll help you grow for sure.
Quickly, does anybody know exactly when the RoC is actually starting?
Oh, that's a delicious question. No one knows exactly.
Just to give us a time period of how long we have before we try to get as much.
No one knows exactly, except for the developers, obviously. But my best educated guess would be 14 days from this coming Sunday.
Ooh, that's not too far away.
Because typically what they do is when migration opens, and it should open on Sunday, they do at least 1 week of migration, and then you have 1 week break, and then you're into the first week of RoC. Typically how it goes. I mean, they change it all the time, and the later states, like that was the pattern like 100 states before this one. Like in my last state was 245 before this one. And so that was the pattern there, but they change stuff all the time. Like for Season 1, I thought we had another month to prepare, and it was like a week more. I was talking to Slaughter one day, and I was like, yeah, dude, we got a month, just do this, get ready. And then all of a sudden it was there. Right? So it could be right away. Just be ready. It doesn't matter. The biggest thing is be ready with that stone, right? Keep saving your stone. Don't donate any of that stone. Because that's the biggest thing, is we want to drop those ACs day 1, all 4 ACs if we can, and we need 2 million stone, about 2 million stone to do that. And then you'll need 10 to 12k personally to drop your buildings. So just keep that in mind.
I think Green touched a bit on it today, that you should, your first specialization points should go into the farms and the quarries.
Is that his all mail?
I think he touched. It was long, so I read.
It was long, so I just didn't read it.
Yeah, definitely. Farms and quarries.
I didn't have my coffee yet, dude. It was 5 in the morning.
Oh yeah, right. Yeah, it wasn't the newspaper you were looking for at the start of your day.
Oh man.
It was very helpful, so go back and read it. Go back and read it though when you've had your coffee.
It was in that part 2 wall that I put in.
Yeah,
Oh, CorCat also
today
said
too.
some stuff too about it. Yeah, so go back and watch the video on that. But yeah, that's a good point. We'll touch on that because I can show you that because that's the only thing we can look at really in this Institute of War. So if you go in your castle and you go into Institute of War, you can access your specialization tab if you click on that honor button. And so then you have your specialization, right? And so typically, this is the general idea at the start of the season. Like you'll be resetting much more in this season. So if you want to spend $10 to get some more resets, that's a smart play if you got some money to burn. But we'll be resetting a lot if it's capable. But I'll also show you how to do it with limited resets, 2 resets, or more if you've saved your resets. So basically what we'll do is we'll open those queues right away so that we can burn through the military supplies. We can pump out the military supplies as fast as possible to upgrade our coalition base camps, right? So that we can push the higher tiles. So we'll go left, get those open, then we'll come a little bit right and push the higher tiles as fast as possible. Then hopefully we've done all that before first war comes, because remember, you start at the same level you ended. So I'll start at 18. So I can open my queues day 1. I can open 3 queues, 2 extra queues, so I'll have 3 open day 1. So I'll open those day 1, and then because I'm free to play, I only have 2 resets all season. So I don't want to. I want to pay attention to this, but so I'll go open those, and then I'll spend the rest of the points this way. Hopefully, I can get to here right away and get those get that up. Each coalition base camp increases 75 bonus loyalty, and the main thing is getting to that level 12 tile. Everyone needs to be getting to level 12 tile as fast as possible. And to Abhi's point, before, it's tiling, right? If you don't have your T7 or your T8s and you don't worry about that at all. Just get to level 12 tiles, right? Just go out there and smash tiles. It doesn't take much to smash a tile, right? And then once we do that, and once we get people, then we're going to focus a few people directly on 16s. And if you don't really want to do much after 12, you don't have to. Because 12, you basically can do everything that's required, right? We don't need everyone to push to 16, but it does help. But 12 will allow you to hit buildings at AC4. So we'll definitely all need to be there. And then we'll, hopefully before the wars start, we'll respec or respecialize, reset. They're called resets, yeah. Reset into opening all the buildings, right? So basically 9, 10, that's 16, 17, 23, 24. So if we can get to level 24 before the wars, that is the benchmark, because then we can open all those buildings, thus protecting those ACs better, right? Then we place those buildings and respec immediately. And then this is where it gets interesting for Season 2. Depending on what you want to do, we're going to be using other trees. Okay, as you can see, I was doing this to get more honor points to level faster. If you're a main tiler, you might be doing that. If you're pushing buildings, you might be doing that way. That'll become a little bit more of a flex, but the general thing is open those queues, get those military supplies pumping, push the loyalty, get those buildings, and then before the war start, respec again. So that's one reset, and then 1 reset back into what your remainder be for the rest of the season if you're a free-to-play player. Does that make sense, guys?
You will get a free reset. They will give you 1.
Pardon me? You were cutting out there. Go ahead.
I'm saying that you will get a free reset at level 20. Like you said that you are at 18 right now, right? So if you go to 2 more points, I mean a speciality reset, which is what I'm talking about. So if you get it to you upgrade it to level 20, it will give you 1 more extra reset as a free reset.
There
you
you
don't
go.
have to pay for that. It's just a reward.
Perfect. And so those are things that will be very useful in Season 2, is getting those resets and then utilizing them.
Yeah, and the target for the season 2, it's always be more than 27, because if you are above 27, then only your RoC season 3 is much better. Otherwise, you will stuck with your. You need to pay in order to get more resets, because at 27 you get somewhere around 2 more resets for free from this by upgrading yourself.
Yep,
to that.
that's perfect. Yeah, so these are the little things, right?
As long as you can do your honor, I mean your honor point, as much you can grab it. It's most important, and tiling is one of the best way to get honor points easily.
Exactly, upgrading your honor structures and taking tiles every day. That's right. Perfect, Abdi. Thanks for that. So yeah, that's the general kind of focus, and I'll touch more on that as we get closer to the season, obviously. But yeah, all great questions. Does that make sense, Blood? So do you feel that you will have value to our team? Because you will, I promise.
Yeah, if nothing else, I'll do tiles. I'm over 13 by now.
Right. And two, I was gonna bring it up, but I'm grateful that Metal brought it up. Okay, to the point, like Vela, okay? Like Vela, she lives in Europe, a European time zone, right? And so her war resets like 3 a.m. for her. So there's no way in hell that she was gonna fight, really, right? At our reset, I think she made a couple wars, which is super fun. But she leads. She is the captain of our cleaning team. So what I mean by that is if you go into the member, go click on menu, click on alliance tab, and then member. If you go in there as your TTT member, go in there, and just everyone that's not, look at this. So we have ranks don't mean anything to me. They never have. They never will. Okay. Just a brief rundown on that. R5, whatever. The person that likes the most punishment, put as R5. Okay. Alliance rank 4. For our alliance, these are all leaders of teams in RoC. Okay. ECMF, she's the leader of the floaters. Slaughter, he's more administration. He tracks people's points and see who's contributing and not contributing. Green, attack leader. Elrena, Pathmaker leader. Vela, who we're talking about, or Velas Magnus, is our pathing. Sorry, no. Cleaning captain. Fox is defending captain. Kai is going to be joining the defending captains and helping out there. And then Bibble is going to be switching from defense probably to helping Vela on the cleaning, because reset kind of moved to a terrible time for him in where he's at. So basically, the point though in our alliance of R4 is just people that send all mails. Like each one of the captains need to be able to send a mail to their teammates, whoever's on their team, in between wars to organize stuff, to get them ready. And then, while we're not at war, you can kind of look at the all mails that we're getting, and those people have volunteered their time and services to help our alliance grow. So R4, that's that. But most importantly for RoC is R3, R2. So R3 is basically who we've had right now that said that they're going to do their best to make wars as often as possible. Okay, so right now we're in a good spot, not bad, 28 people, plus the R4s and myself. So we're up at like the 35 spot mark, which is really good. And then most important to everything and so critical and game changing is our R2 spot, which is our Season 2 cleaners. These are all people that aren't in a good time zone or just really don't have the time based on their work schedule to commit 2.5 hours every couple days to this game. So they will be cleaning tiles like a mother effer. And that is what wins us wars, cleaning tiles and getting tiles into other states to get a better position, to strategize better against some of these bigger alliances. So ultimately we have 50, I think it was 50? 41, okay, 41 cleaners. And that's why, what was the number one thing to be proud of from Season 1, guys? Do you remember? As a TTT member?
We always cleaned up after ourselves.
Correct. There was never, within 24 to 48 hours, DIZ was the only alliance that ever pushed it longer than that. We cleaned every single purple that ever came into our state from our RoC War. Now, like CorCat said, if you can work with the other alliances in your state to do the same, well, there won't be a purple tile in your state ever if they cleaned as good as... I don't want to say that, if they cleaned as good as us. If they focused on cleaning as much as we did, right? Because that was such a huge focus. We would do our war, win or lose, it didn't matter. Clean. I put the markers up to clean. Vela organized the cleaners. And Vela and Bibble will be organizing those cleaners. And then we cleaned. And we had 41 people that came on within 8 hours after war to clean. And then we had when the North American crew or Australian crew woke back up the next day or whenever, their stamina was regened, they went out and cleaned. Right? And it made a huge difference, right? We never had to worry. And sometimes we tiled for 700 kilometers just to clean the tiles that they were trying to place. So rarely ever did anyone get a sneaky tile, except for RoG when they had someone from TV1 change tiles to RoG tiles. So there you go. But
sorry, mate.
No, but ultimately that's okay. But see, if whoever fought TB1, because we never fought TB1 because they were reset +8. So if you can get some state coordination, and whoever fought TB1 had cleaned their tiles,
IP
CorCat would have never even had that option, right? That's how
that was IP. Well,
right. So, and OP is looking really good to dominate this next season. They're dedicated. Their leaders have reached out to us even though we're not too involved with all their stuff, but they've even reached out to us that they're going to be more committed to the Two RoC and to helping the state as a whole. So that's exciting news. But ultimately it comes down to personal ownership, right? We talk a lot about ownership in TTT, and cleaning our purples is priority, right? And so we have a lot of people, and ultimately, Blood, if it's not working for you and you're not having a good time in the war, or whoever else, just let me know and we'll just get you clean, because we just want you to have fun, right? If you're not having a good time in the war for whatever reason, just let us know and we'll get you cleaning, because that is more important to me, honestly, than making every single war. Does that make sense, guys?
Yes, sir.
Awesome. Well, has this not been incredible? I've enjoyed this greatly. This has been such a good session. Started off with just the most jam-packed little thing. We'll have to have supreme guest CorCat on again, because that was phenomenal. After we beat his alliance, then we'll have him on. Okay, guys? Deal? Just kidding.
That's my first. If we're in the same rock grouping, my first tile's going to 3-4-1.
Yeah, that's right. That's exactly it. You're gonna get like a farm alliance over here, and you're gonna drop some farms and switch them back and forth, and all of a sudden, CorCat will have like 100 tiles right next to our AC4.
It'll be like TTT doing that to Fox.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know, man. We got some cleaners. We got some heavy cleaners, so good luck.
Yeah, absolutely.
But no, it'll be good, and thanks again, CorCat, for doing that. You did a phenomenal job.
No problems. Just if anyone, and that's another thing I was going to mention before too, guys. Like I know we're all in different states and everything, but I'm more than happy to share our Discord. If you guys want to reach out to me on Discord or in-game mail, if anyone has any questions, especially the ones pushing for C25 or T9s. I'm working with a couple of guys in our state at the moment with that, just what the right way to do it, because I made lots of mistakes on my way to getting there. So if I can share any of that information or any helpfulness, then just reach out to me. I'm more than happy to help.
Awesome, that's great, and I'm glad you feel comfortable opening up like that, CorCat, because that's really what BrotherW Gaming Discord server is about. Just no one has any ego here, that no one's here to hold information, to win, and like literally I freaking stream these RoC Wars live. They won't necessarily be live for Season 2, because there's too many people in other states that watch it now. So, but they will be uploaded shortly after we're done them. So
just remember to hit that button that changes your screen over.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I have. I took a couple hours today to because there's a few more people that are watching and stuff. I don't want them to come away with the fact from going to the YouTube channel to be like, "Who is this freaking amateur? One day he has no sound, one day he has no video. What's next? He's gonna come onto the screen naked or something, or what's going on here?" And all of those things are possibilities, so stay tuned. Stay tuned.
You cannot come on YouTube naked. They will block you.
Yeah, that's okay. That's until I get blocked, I will be there naked.
Yeah, YouTube has this very weird policy. I literally hate it, but yes, it happens that they anything they find nudity in it, they just have this
Yeah,
to set that
I see what you're after. You're looking for naked people on YouTube. We get it. No, but ultimately, you're totally right, because I had the biggest problem with music, because I like to listen to whatever music, but anything that is owned by a record company of any kind gets immediately copy struck right away, like immediately, immediately, and then they won't allow your video to be published. So, yeah, I basically had to search out music, and I got a decent playlist. It's okay. It's not the greatest, but it's copyright free, and so it works out just fine. nice, Noli, nice GIF, nice GIF, whatever those freaking things are called. But yeah, guys, what else? Anyone got anything else they wanna share? Anything else? Any questions?
This is really, I will say that this is really a very new thing. I mean, very good thing for the new player. Basically, I mean, your channel, I really appreciate this thing that you literally have a very good education, educational encyclopedia kind of thing.
Yeah.
For this war, for this game.
Yeah.
Because 1 year back, and I think I'm playing it from like 1 year and half month. Sorry, 1.5. How you say? 12 plus 6, 18 months. From 18 months, I'm playing this game. At the start of that game, when I started, I was like, I doesn't know that what I'm doing for like 4 months. So it is like I'm wasted my 4 months of this game in just understanding that what is going on in my state. Why people come up and attack me on Saturday and Sunday when I'm like having a
I just want to hang out, okay? Don't hit
all.
me.
Yeah. And every day I come to know, oh, I lost this much resources, I lost this much people, I don't know what is the reason. Then I find out, okay, there is something called shield. You buy it, you can put it for the 3 day, and then you can relax your weekend.
Yes.
That is one of the first learning I ever got from this game.
Oh yes, come teach some of our members that, okay?
No, this is one of the best thing which I know. But after
I tell you,
18
brother.
months. After 18 months, there are a lot many YouTubers who are literally, sharing their experiences.
Yeah.
And which will really help a lot.
Yeah.
And I feel those newcomers who are just joining, they have so much information on YouTube. And not only on YouTube, there are Reddit, there are Discord.
Yeah,
channels,
everywhere. Just
search for them.
Google it. Google it. You'll find all kind of information. And honestly, Abdi, like my experience with the game is like this. So I'm pretty competitive in nature. Just because we have a lot of new people here, but I'm pretty competitive in nature, and so I try and like be very good at everything I try and do. Whether that's in business or just in any gaming. I've been playing games since I was like 4 or something. So I always try and be the best. I was very big into sports in high school and after high school for a number of years. And so I always just tried to be the best in everything, and it comes to this same thing. And so, yeah, like my first experience with the game was exactly that, Abdi, is I was literally just like, oh, this is cool, this is fun, I'm just building up this cool little castle, I got some like equipment and some the mines, and then all of a sudden like these people are like hitting my castle. I'm like, what the F is this about? What's going on here?
And one thing people always mistake is they think that this is a farm village.
Yes, right? They think, because there's so many games out there that are like that, where you're just like building a little farm village on an island or something, right? No, this is like a war game.
I mean, you will not get rewarded. You will not get rewarded if you have a 8 million power and you just do not do any KE.
Exactly.
If you do not do KE, what is the point of having a 8 million power?
Yep.
Ultimately, as like me, will attack you.
Yeah, exactly. Well, that's it. Like, you're looking for those people during KE that just have a ton.
The first thing I always look for the KE is the people who have a lot of many power, and who doesn't have that much experience of kill count.
Yeah,
that is one of the secrets which I'm telling you.
Yeah, exactly. That's the one to look for. That's exactly it. And so I work my hardest to keep double. I think if you can have double as many killed as your power, then you're in an okay spot. At least double. But ultimately, that's the thing is, so I came to this game, and then randomly I was on YouTube, and YouTube recommends videos, right, based on what you're doing on your phone. And so it recommended a video by a man, I can't remember his actual name, but Tripleholics Gaming, right? Who actually
awesome.
he played LSS for like 2 years, and that's where he started his YouTube.
He played LSS religiously. I mean, he is the one I always follow.
He's amazing at explaining LSS and everything. And then he did for 6 months to maybe almost a year. He did videos on ROE before he hasn't put out a video, but it's basically the same as LSS, right? And so he was so good, super charismatic guy, super good at explaining the basics. And all of a sudden I watched that first video and I was like, wait, this is not the same game I'm playing. I'm literally playing Farmville, and this guy's talking about real stuff. Like, what is this Clash of Province stuff? What is this, like, KE stuff? I'm like, I've never even heard of any of that, and I'm playing this game. I was playing the game for, like, 2 months at that point. I was like, oh, you can join alliances? Wait, what? So I was just seriously just doing my own thing.
And there are something called alliance buff, which nobody knows.
Yeah.
If the alliance, if you join and you donate on alliance regularly, then you will get a buff out of that.
Yeah, exactly.
And that buff will be a permanent buff. You will always enjoy that buff. Nobody can take it out of you.
Yeah, no matter what. That's right. You have all that alliance technology stuff going in, and all that cool stuff. And so I immediately after that I was like, okay, like, this is a real life game. This is a real, like, game that's like kind of hardcore. And then I started just kind of this journey of, like, getting all the knowledge I possibly could out of everything.
You must be having a chart of everything also. I mean, you must be having this habit of, counting down everything on your paper or pen, and then, okay, tomorrow I have to do the build day.
Yeah.
This is much power I need.
Yeah.
These much things I have to upgrade.
Yeah, that's funny. So I started with a binder, right? I started with a binder that I'd put, like, blank pieces of paper in, and then I'd write stuff down. And then I was like, wait a second, like, I love Excel, and now I have an Excel, like, document that's like 45, 50 pages long now of all my information that I've acquired about this game over the years, or over the months, I guess. I'm not even at a year yet of playing it. But over the months, I have, like, tons.
And this app called App Gamer, not App.
Oh yeah, App Gamer's super good. Yeah, they have all that information.
It's like a Bible.
Totally. Yeah, totally.
I mean, I first time I found it when I was searching for hourly schedule, and I was searching for hourly schedule after 5 months of in this game.
Yeah, I know, right?
What kind of dope I was
it's
at that time.
game changing, right? That's the biggest thing I got from Tripleholics is his, like, management of the hourlies is incredible, and it helped me to, when I was doing it for the first time, I went from getting like 5, 6 hourlies randomly just because stuff would upgrade on the right thing randomly, to getting, like, you can get 3 times 20, 3 times 24. So how much is that? That's 72. I went from getting like 4 to 6 to 60 to 65 as a free-to-play player every single day, right?
Yeah.
Because I started during COVID too, so I was just at home with my kids, so I had unlimited time. And so I was just in the game literally any second I could to do an hourly, so I would get like 65 chests a day from hourlies.
And it give you this diamonds, which is most important thing.
Oh yeah,
mean, I usually use diamonds to upgrade my castles, and that is the best thing which I found.
Yeah.
All you have to, I mean, it's super easy if you plan your hourlies, then your diamonds will always go up. And you won't believe I have somewhere around 7 million. That's not 7 million. I think 700k. Yeah. I have 7 million in LSS.
Yeah,
like,
it gets crazy, right?
Months.
Yeah. How many months? 8?
18 months. After 18 months,
yeah.
I'm having a 7 million diamonds, as a balance. Over there.
Well, there.
So right now at C25 T9, I doesn't care about diamond. I just spend diamond like nobody think that why you upgrade everything with the help of diamond. I said I have so much diamond. What should I do with those diamonds?
Yep, that's exactly right. We actually have a player in our alliance that has played LSS for I think 2.5 years. His name is what's his name, guys? Shoot, I just blanked it.
Kaiser?
Oh yeah, Kaiser Town. His Discord name is Crazy Kaiser, but Kaiser Town.
Okay.
Yeah, super good. He's been really helpful during RoC Wars and kind of just leading on that. But he's from Singapore, and he's been playing LSS for like 2.5 years or something. And so he's had a lot of experience with that game. It's been very helpful for our alliance because besides him and myself, I think E has played before. But besides that, we have like 95 people that have never played this game before ever. Right? So,
at least they have someone who can guide them.
Well, and that's the whole idea, and that's where I began on this journey for Q&As. We used to do these just in our alliance chat every single night after reset. During the week, like 5 days a week, when I first started the alliance. Five nights a week in our alliance chat, I would be in there typing, and I'm like the worst typer on earth. And so I would just be typing away for an hour or two every night. But this has been so much better with Discord and voice, and oh my goodness, we can get so much more information covered in the same amount of time.
Yes, because all the time when you type it, it's not that good. I mean, as somebody said in this live stream that he doesn't rate something because it was too long.
Right.
So
yeah.
if you type everything and make it like a Bible, nobody is going to read it.
That's exactly it. Yeah, we have a quite I don't know if the right word is affluent, but I'm using it anyway. Where's Kai when you need a word check? We have quite affluent people with words in our alliance. Like basically, there's a couple that write such good information, but you're right, it's pretty long. So I imagine most of our users, our members, don't even bother reading it, honestly. Yeah, that's right, Green. You shout out to Green and to Kai and to everyone else that's posting the all mails because they're wonderful information and read your freaking mail.
Exactly, and we are putting all the information also on Discord. So.
Yeah, that's the cool thing about Discord is it's permanently here now. You can always just, that's what's cool with that find function. If it was a month, 3 months, 4 months ago, whenever we started this server, you'll always be able to just go up to the search function in the top right or wherever it is on mobile and just type in a word and it will give you all the threads about that word.
Exactly, and to come to our topic, maybe you could have a look at the moderator questions if you want to answer something.
Yeah, definitely. I am down to, actually what we'll do, because we've been going on for, I don't know, what are we at, guys? A while, right? All right, I feel like I'm getting a little bit hungry. I've been snacking a little bit, but my belly basically tells me when I've been doing this too long. What are we at? YouTube says we're at 3 hours on the dot in 1 minute and 30 seconds. So why don't we go ahead and part ways right now, okay, guys? I want to thank everyone that came out for the Discord that's here in Discord. Any of our YouTube viewers that are going to watch this in the future, thanks so much. Make sure, guys, to smash those buttons on YouTube. Subscribe, the bell, all that jazz. You know all the buttons. There's no point repeating them. Just press all those buttons on YouTube. If you're a first-time viewer, that would be much appreciated. But you'll get the info, the fun vibe. The biggest thing that we differ from there's tons of YouTube channels about RoE. The biggest thing you'll get different from our channel, I'll tell you right now, is this community aspect vibe that anyone can talk if they're willing to, right? And you'll hear some pretty funny shit once in a while from people like Goldfish and whoever else joins us randomly. Just some quality entertainment. But I love the community vibe. That's what I'm very outgoing and personable outside the game and in my businesses and such. And so I love the vibe that we have going here on our Discord and our YouTube. So if you're not on the Discord, come to Discord. If you're not subscribed to the channel, please do so, and we'll hit you more. We do these Q&As if you're in my time zone, which is Mountain Standard Time, the middle of the US or Canada. It's going to be about 8:30 on Tuesdays and Thursdays. But if you're an RoE player, 30 minutes after reset on Training Day and what's the other one?
Research.
Is it Tech Day? Yeah, Tech Day and Training Day. 30 minutes after research or after reset on research day, which is day 3, and day 5, which is training day for COP. So 30 minutes will the first one is focused on COP, Clash of Province stuff, and then the second one is more RoC related stuff. But we have a general open question and answer session, kind of after we've kind of hit the topic. But thanks so much, guys. Again, thanks L, thanks Blood, thanks E, thanks Edwin, thanks Mal, thanks Mar, thanks Scorpio. Hey Scorpio, you're here. Can you hear me, Scorpio? I think that's my Canadian brother, isn't he?
Hey, yeah, sorry, I had a problem with the mute button. Can you hear me?
Hey, brother, how you doing?
Hey, not too bad. How you doing? Yeah, I just dropped in. I was listening to all the great information, so yeah.
Awesome.
Next time I'll try and ask a few more questions.
Sounds good, brother. Anytime you have a question at all, just pop it in that submit a question on our server here, and we'll make sure we get it.
Okay, sounds good.
Thanks so much for being here, brother. Yeah, thanks, Abhi. Anyone, CorCat, Green, Metal, Noli, thanks so much for being here, guys, and anyone else that's watching on YouTube or just listening in any way. Thanks so much for being here, guys. You guys make this fun for me, and most importantly, we're all learning together. Isn't that the best part, guys?
Yeah.
Exactly right.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thanks for giving us opportunity.
Anytime. One more thank you to CorCat, everyone. Thanks, CorCat, for being our guest speaker.
Yeah, thanks, Cor.
Thank you. No, all good, guys. Thank you.
Awesome, guys. Stay fresh, crush face. I'll catch you next time.
Yeah.
See yous.
Bye-bye.
Bye.